Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games. If you find a machine that plays Borderlands 4, refund it.
That's the only way.
Dr. Aggro.
Video games are a lot like cars.
And Chris Wolfhart.
Neither have drivers.
Here on GigaBoots. You know what does have drivers, though? Twisted Metal Season 2, which we reviewed. God, that was the easiest segue I've ever done.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, you should watch that and also our review of it.
You should watch our review of it, and also, yeah, no, legitimately, most of us enjoyed it. So probably worth the checkout. No shit, I'm not inventing this. My brother texted me to be like, "Hey, have you seen this show? I like it a lot."
Huh.
He does not do that.
Weird.
So it was like, whoa. It was like, yeah, I just finished watching season 2. He's like, cool. I watched everything but like the last 2 episodes, and I'm like, cool. So we can talk about anything I want to talk about. That's awesome, dude. Great. That's fucking sick. So maybe he's finished it by now. Maybe I should text him and be like, "Did you finish it yet? Hmm? You got Peacock?" God, that was the worst part of watching that show. It was like, sign up for Peacock. Do you want to watch ads? And I'm like, I'd sooner fucking chop off a finger. And they're like, okay, that'll be $4 more. And I'm like, God damn it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Every time I'm going to do it. But no, I really did actually enjoy the second season of Twisted Metal. That show continues to be the best video game adaptation TV series I've seen. But here's the thing. If I watch Fallout, like Chris was saying, I would have to play Fallout first.
That's definitely how it works.
I mean, how can I say it's a good adaptation if I don't know what it's adapting?
That is true.
That it gets into a weird territory there.
It would be a good show that happens to be an adaptation.
Right. And that's where it gets complicated when it comes to verbiage and stuff. Someone in chat asked, are your sleep schedules fixed? This is the most fucked up I've been by a death stream in years.
Yeah,
well, no
makes sense.
shit.
It's the third longest one we've done.
Right, and we're really out of practice. We haven't done this in over a year.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, no, even
God,
I'm
when
totally
was the
messed
last?
up.
It was Zelda, right? Was that wasn't last year? That was even further back than that.
No,
I
that was
think.
2022. That was over 3 years ago.
Like, when was the last one before this that went over 20?
Or maybe that was early 2023, so it would have been over 2 years ago. Sorry, when was the last time? What was the question?
We went over 20.
When was the last time? Yeah, you went over 20.
One second. I have a document for this. So we got a number of things over 20. In fact, that's you only break into our 27th slot by streaming for 20 hours. So we have 27 streams that are longer than 20 hours. Looking at this, probably... Jesus, this is old. Kill Switch, Gears of War Judgment? No, that was before Zelda 3D Zelda month, I think.
Was it?
Holy shit.
It might have been.
The 24-hour Tony Hawk Marathon, did we... We didn't do that for the last 2 years. No, wait, we did. I think we did.
Okay.
We just didn't do it in Tony Hawktober, I do not believe. Sonic Chronicles is the longest one that we've done most recently, though. I am believing. Oh no, is that not true? Where are you on this list, Sonic Chronicles? Okay, Sonic Chronicles is 23.2 hours. I'm going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, Yick at 24. But there's a hell of a difference between a 24-hour stream, a 23-hour stream, and a 28.75-hour stream. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, chat. There were moments where I was like, oh my God, I'm unbelievably tired for this stream.
Uh-huh.
And then I escaped that. And honestly, by the end, I could have gone a few more hours and it would have been fine. But the sleep schedule recovery is weird because my body's doing this thing where it's like, hey, you want to wake up during the daytime, right? And I'm like, no, that's actually really bad for me if I wake up really early because all of my important work is like in the evening. It's never not in the evening. So getting it to correct and then sleep in one consolidated chunk has been a hell of a trick. But I finally got it down today. And I stopped feeling like a fucking corpse 2 days ago. So that took 3 whole days. That was rough. Bob, you're still reeling. Is this right?
Yeah, today just didn't go well at all. I think I did better on previous days, but for some reason today I just couldn't sleep basically at all at the normal times. So it was pretty rough.
It took me like 3 days to recover way back when we did DK64 and I was there the whole time.
Yeah.
How long?
And that was only like 18.
Yeah, that was still fucking long.
Right.
Yeah, 18.9.
I was genuinely going insane, and when it's like, Dan, please stop throwing the barrel outside the ring.
I don't know.
It goes inside the ring.
No,
please, Dan.
it's clipping out. The banana's supposed to look. It's supposed to go here. It wasn't going here. It was going there. And I swear, if I throw it that way, it should go here. I'm excited for the run back on that one. Because here's the thing, Bob. I noticed this thing keeps happening. This thing keeps happening where I go, Banjo-Tooie's a horrible game. And people go, oh, like plenty of people don't like Banjo-Kazooie. And I'm like, I'm not talking about Banjo-Kazooie. I'm talking about Banjo-Tooie. And I notice this happens every time. Like people are like, oh, DK64, now that's really terrible. I'm like, no.
No, you don't get it.
Banjo-Tooie is fucking horrible. DK64 is a rambunctious asshole of a child. It's just like, wouldn't it be fucking funny if they had to be 4 different Kongs to pick up 25 bananas each?
It's complicated.
It is so fucking complicated. So all I'm saying here, Bob, is that maybe someday we're fated to revisit those streams like many of our streams.
Yeah, it does feel inevitable.
Banjo-Kazooie will make you... Banjo-Tooie will make you... Banjo-Kazooie's almost a normal game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Banjo-Tooie makes you feel like you're going fucking insane.
It does.
No. Here's the good description. Banjo-Tooie is an escape room where you're going to be killed if you don't solve the puzzle fast enough to figure out how to escape.
Yes.
DK64 is a saw trap where you know exactly fucking what you have to do. You just don't wanna.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Let's see. Spiff has put into chat Tooie versus DK64 flop swap.
You're evil.
Ugh.
That's maybe the worst conceivable idea ever. Man, it's fucked up that now I'm thinking about Yak Conquer was Rare's best in 64 game.
I mean, Perfect Dark's there.
Yeah, I can't.
All right, I forgot about Perfect Dark.
And Blast Core.
And GoldenEye.
And GoldenEye.
It's their best 3D platformer. That on N64.
I like Kazooie more than Conquer.
I would even put Kazooie above Conquer, honestly.
It's just when you get to the end that I'm like, you fucking assholes.
The problem I have with Kazooie and also kind of DK64 is their levels are so stock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's the desert level and the ice level, and then Tooie has the advantage of kind of having more interesting ideas than that. Just everything else about it is hell.
Yes, no, the Tooie's visuals and aesthetic design is really fucking powerful. They knocked it out of the park in those regards. And then there's the game.
They should do that shit they're doing to Dragon Quest VII to Banjo-Tooie. But that would
Tooie reimagined.
that would involve
hours, and people are like, man, this shit is still too long.
That would involve Microsoft making a game, which once the Outer Worlds ships, will never happen again.
You know, I'm noticing I don't have things like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie's times entered into the spreadsheet.
Huh.
Because those are specifically very weirdly chopped up streams. Oh, wait, never mind. Tooie's there.
Okay.
At 21.1 hours.
Yeah. It felt longer.
We beat Neck 1 and 2 in that amount of time. Exact same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And Final Fantasy 7. Anyway. Yeah, maybe Tooie and DK64 will have to return. We also beat Conker's Bad Fur Day and Link to the Past in that amount of time. Less 20.5 hours. Let's talk about Dissidia Duodecim.
Okay.
Square Enix does not want us to show you the ending. Either of them. The ending of Prologue of the Duodecim campaign, the 12th cycle, or the ending of... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah,
or
that's
the
right.
ending of the 13th cycle. We can't show you those endings. And I also don't know why a lot of copyrighted Bleach music ended up in Furion's campaign.
We can't figure these things out.
I'll have to ask Johnny Young Bosch why Square Enix did that to me. But those things are just... So I'm going to have to chop up the VOD a bit to get it up, but it will be up eventually. I'm not going to even imply soon.
No.
We've got a lot going on, so... certain dates approaching.
Why?
Time for certain things.
Square Enix, like, that was them at their worst for that sort of thing.
It was, yeah. We had a quick play of Final Fantasy Type 0. They blamed off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The ending of Third Birthday, gone.
Good thing we never tried to play through Crisis Core. I'm sure that's the exact same thing.
Uh-huh. What was it? I was talking to Shibigato recently. He was telling me that fucking Live Alive, the remake. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why?
Uh-huh.
Thought they got a little better.
Yeah, I thought so too. So, needless to say... No, we did a quick play of Type 0. We did not beat Final Fantasy Type 0. That would be so much more dire than any of these other streams we've talked about. Holy shit.
We didn't beat it because no one has.
Yeah, I mean, no one's beaten that game.
None.
That stuff that was like an exclusive for beating the game, people hacked it out of the game files. They didn't beat the game. No one did.
Yeah, I really tried, but that game is really revolves around the online multiplayer, I think.
Oh, was that?
Because it's a PSP game of the era.
It was a PSP game, yeah.
And I think that's the primary, like, I think that's the most efficient way to, like, power up, to continue doing the story and stuff. But, and then I was like, oh yeah, the story has all these scenes they just don't show you. And then on New Game Plus, they show them to you so you can know what happened in those scenes they just skipped. So I'm like, there was a PS4 version, which I mostly had to stop because my fucking head hurt anytime I moved the camera.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. That motion blur
And
is just egregiously terrible.
I think they only did anything to alleviate that on the PC version. I don't think they ever patched any kind of reduction to it, to the PS4 version. Or if they did, it still wasn't enough.
I find it funny that 2 of our longest streams ever are just Tony Hawk. That's pretty great. That feels good. I don't think Mega Man even has that. No, wait. Okay, Mega Man Legends 2 and the Mega Man Marathon of Mega Man 1 through 11. Okay, so we do have 2 of them. That's good. Dissidia Duodecim is a really fun game. I really fucking enjoy it. I highly recommend it. That story is gobbledygook. It literally is just people wandering around being like, we need to find the crystals. The crystals are light. Oh no, the darkness, as in chaos, as in the door to chaos. And not the door to darkness.
The door to mannequins or something.
Yeah, it's wild. It
is really funny that like there's no even the locations literally don't matter. So they just put these interactions on whatever map they feel like.
Yeah,
because like I guess they're just doing the talk about this in that end of Final Fantasy VII like meteor hole.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what? Sure, I guess.
Yeah, because all the levels you fight in are based on Final Fantasies. The world map is based on Final Fantasy 1 very directly, but then they keep doing this thing where it's like these 3 then journeyed across the continent, and so you walk to a gate, and then the gate becomes a board game, and then you beat the board game thing, and then you're in the Final Fantasy level, and then you do a random cutscene there with random characters, basically.
Right, and they erase everyone's memory so they don't need to talk about anything from their game. So
which is a missed opportunity.
Absolutely. Except for the Final Fantasy X characters, because I guess they wanted to talk about them exclusively. Like
I don't know if the writer is like a writer on 10 or something, because that would be funny and make sense in a lot of ways. I kind of get the aesthetic reason, like the lore excuse to do that with 10.
Right.
I'll see how I feel at the end of 10.
Yeah.
About that.
It just feels like everyone else gets shortchanged for that sake. Of like,
it does.
What,
it does.
why?
It's a shame because, like, I was talking to my friend. What was it? Masumi was talking about, I wonder how they'll say the name of this character from 9 or something, and I laughed.
Yeah.
It's like, you think they're going to talk about another character from the game they're from. You have no idea what Dissidia is. Which, it's a fair assumption to assume a character would talk about the other characters from the thing they are in the cross-up game.
Yeah, Zidane might remember the princess from that game. Maybe.
Or Steiner.
Or
anyone else.
But he doesn't even seem to remember the villain who is in the game.
Yeah, he's like, who's this cunty bitch? And it's like, that's your arch, dude. And he's like, I have an arch? Whoa.
The question stands.
Does he have pants? Can he put some pants on?
Absolutely not.
1, I don't believe he's ever owned pants.
No.
2, he wouldn't even if he did, just to be clear. Yeah, no, it's a really fucking fun game, and they really should have made a good one after this for console, but they sure didn't. They sure made Dissidia NT, you bastards. Yeah. You absolute bastards. A sequel to Dissidia on console was like one of my most wanted things from Square Enix, and they really just fucking owned me on that one.
They did. They were like, well, do you really want something we've made for Japanese arcades that sucks?
No.
Well, I guess that means nobody ever wants Dissidia again.
And then they just shove it all in a box and toss it in the ocean.
Cancel mobile game right now.
Austin says it's good that they leave the ending unspoiled for the PSP game. They totally still sell. Yeah. Yeah, if somebody saw the ending of Dissidia, they'd be like, oh, there's no way I want to play the rest of this game. This writing's peak, and I've experienced the peak of the game. There's just no point.
Yeah, at least in like Third Birthday and stuff, there's like things that lead to that and that spoil stuff. The ending to Dissidia, it's like, okay, I guess that also happened then.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, the absolute ending of the Third Birthday hangs over the rest of the game like a fucking mind virus.
Uh-huh.
And I now understand why so many people have a hyper negative impression of the game, because they mostly experienced it through a YouTuber or multiple YouTubers talking about it within the context of, and that's the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you had just played the game, you'd be like, oh, this game's kind of neat. Aya Bray is so beautiful, you could almost fall in love with her. That's what you would be like. But instead, you might know what the meaning of the Third Birthday is. None of them played it. No, I'm the only human who ever played it. And even I haven't played Final Fantasy Type 0.
Right.
We ran into interesting issues. That there's not one thing I want to teach you, a lesson to disseminate. This is really important. Chris, I'm not sure if you caught this part of the stream because it was the first few hours. So on the PlayStation TV, which is the same thing as the Vita TV, there's a way to play PSP
The
games.
menu?
Yeah. There's a way to play PSP games called Adrenaline. And it's technically
I have it
an
on my
emulator.
PS TV.
Yeah, it hooks into the same hardware that should allow it to have full native back compat. However, I knew before the stream that it has issues with Twisted Metal Head On because it doesn't play the music past the first level. What I did not expect is in Dissidia Duodecim, it adds giant latency chunks to you moving through the menus. So
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
It was insane. And
What is this, a Ubisoft game?
I felt like it got worse as we went even.
Yeah, it was
Probably actually was.
It's fucking insane. I don't know why that was. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's because we had it installed on the game card slot this time instead of the SSD.
Right. Who knows?
I have no idea.
It was a nightmare.
Fucking completely wild. Yeah, so apparently that was a bad idea. So several hours into the stream, a few hours into the stream, we make the executive decision that installing a PSP emulator on a PC in the room, the one we streamed Cave Story from, and getting shit up and running for that would save us time overall across this playthrough. So we had to make up for this insane amount of stunning, like halting in the menus for hours by switching over to that and then using the fast forward button egregiously. So anytime a battle ended, just bam, hold, go, good. And it still took 28.75 hours.
Yeah.
Also, while we were installing the PSP emulator, Bob got to show off a little bit of Bleach Heat the Soul 7, which, worth noting, did not get claimed. Intriguing.
That's not where the licensed police music was, weirdly.
Weirdly enough, it ended up in Furion's campaign. No idea why. No idea why. Yeah, The City is a really fun game. Apparently, a PSP emulator is a not bad way to play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
the PSP
interesting.
emulator is pretty solid. That's how I did the 2 Mega Mans.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did do a retranslation of the PSP version, right?
No, I just did Maverick Hunter X. And,
I was thinking Legends for some reason. I was thinking of that.
oh, I know. I used a patch on the PS1 version that puts the PSP shit into it.
For the
And
water
then I just
dungeon
ran it on the
and
Mister.
kinda- Yeah.
Hmm.
I did use it to play like some souped up version of Crisis Core back before they actually made a souped up version of Crisis Core. And that worked pretty well.
It does, just like Adrenaline on the PlayStation TV, have issues where it won't play sound effects past the first level of Twisted Metal Head On. Apparently, Twisted Metal Head On is some sort of super enigma of a game.
I guess.
I don't know. A shame. I actually like that Twisted Metal. I'm worried that someday people will force us to play Dissidia NT.
It feels like it probably will happen, yeah.
It feels like we invited the devil in by being like, look at this Dissidia game. We sure love this Dissidia game. Then everyone's like, wow, you hate NT so much. You should play it. Tell us why you hate NT. And I'm like, let me explain. I don't like anything about it. There, did that explain it?
Yeah, I like how during the stream of co-op, yeah, to get the story in NT, you buy it from the shop.
Aggro?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you buy the cutscenes from the shop.
That's how they tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
The entire
Okay, is that like a thing in
No.
world?
No.
It's just a menu.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the how long to beat for this is single players listed as 16 and a half hours to 170.
Yeah.
So I guess our death stream would be somewhere between 16 and a half hours and 170. Either it will be a moderately short one, so short it wouldn't even make this list. Oh, it would just barely. It would be right above Gotham Knights. God, Lifeline took us almost 15 hours. That's kind of wild. That didn't affect me at all.
No,
That's
was
how
nothing.
fucked up of a person I am nowadays. I'm like, 15-hour stream. This is just another Friday. Meanwhile, Dissidious here is just like, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, so it's either just gonna be barely longer than Gotham Knights or kill us. Who knows? God, fuck Dissidia NT. Buy the fucking story. A la carte.
Yeah.
Cutscene at a time. Disgusting. Just
Yeah, I have
terrible.
no idea what they were thinking. That Gundam arcade game gave them a fucking brain disease.
Uh-huh.
Which is that the weirdest thing is like that Gundam arcade game was popular forever ago. Like that's not something that they were countering
Riding the
like,
wave of.
Right.
Yeah.
That was just something that's been going for like over a decade.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, let's get in there. That's our vector of attack. It's like, what are you talking about?
Why did they get Koei Tecmo to make NT instead of Final Fantasy Warriors? Okay. So the Warriors game selling with proper IPs wasn't really a sold deal yet. It was more like One Piece Warriors worked. Because I'm not even sure the Fist of the North Star Warriors sold well.
Yeah, I know that I think that happened first, but I don't know if it did.
It
But
did
they
happen
did two
first.
of them, so
That's true.
Like
So
Hyrule
Hyrule
okay.
Warriors came out before in Dissidia NT, I think.
that came out before. Is it on the Wii U?
Yeah, it's on the Wii U. That's how
Okay,
I played
then,
it
yeah.
initially.
Then there you go. That would be before that. But it felt like they went into overdrive with the Nintendo Warriors games like right after Dissidia NT. Because Dissidia NT, for the record, is 2018.
and then
So it would have been the years after that they did 2 Fire Emblems.
right.
I think they had already done the Berserk one by then too, with
When the-
Band of the Hawk.
When did the arcade version of NT start though?
Oh.
Because that's when they would have made the deals and not
That's
been thinking about the hey, we could maybe get these guys to do something a little bit more profitable.
2015, so years before the console version.
God, how
Yeah.
embarrassing. It took you 3 years to adapt that like that to console? What the hell is your problem? That is insane.
But yeah, like, make Final Fantasy Warriors, you dumb son of a bitch.
yeah, it's wild.
Do you know how fucking much people would go insane if they could play as Xenos from 14 fighting on Battle on the Big Bridge with a remix of that song playing?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, part of this made me think about, they kind of forgot how to make action games in-house after this because they stopped making them. They had NT farmed out to someone else. They were working on Kingdom Hearts 3, but that took years.
Yeah, because it's worth noting, Dissidia Duodecim is just like the director and a lot of the other key people moved on. They don't work on Duodecim. Duodecim has not a lot of the staff from Dissidia did not work on Duodecim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, only some of them worked on Duodecim. I remember one of the people I looked up who was a really important person on it. Literally, that was the last game they made, and everything else since then that they're credited for is like special thanks for Live Alive, special thanks for other thing that's a remake of old thing. I think the newest thing, this person who handled combat systems or was the director on Dissidia handled was like, what was it? He was like prototyping combat for a game.
Oh.
And that game came out 6 years ago at this point. So I'm like, oh my God. So it's not even they were doing that 6 years ago.
Right.
They were prototyping. So it was even further back than that. And that's the last thing. Yeah, 7 Remake. They were combat prototype on 7 Remake. They aren't even, as far as I know, well, they may be credited on the DLC, but I'm not positive that they are. They might have been, but they're not credited on Rebirth. Fucking wild. That's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know, Bob. I don't know. It feels like everything got super consolidated, and 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts are the only 2 action games they made since the original Dissidia. I think the more sobering thing was when chat realized Dissidia came out in 2008. If Duodecim didn't exist and you made a brand new Dissidia, in order to add reps for every numbered Final Fantasy, you would only have to add 3 characters. 17-year gap.
Yeah, no, it's ludicrous.
But you could add someone from 14. So it'd be 4 characters because it would be 13, 14.
Yeah, they would
15,
definitely add
16.
somebody from 14.
So 17 years,
4 characters.
4 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's the current state of the industry is pretty rough.
I stand by, like, there's all these debates, and I'm really starting to become convinced of my own idea, of course. That if they want Final Fantasy to come back and be hyper popular again, they need to let somebody under 55 direct and write it.
Oh yeah. No, it's just blatantly true.
Like, remember, Kitase was 30 when he directed Final Fantasy VII.
People are pointing out they would have to add the villains as well. So that's 8 whole characters.
Ooh.
Okay. That's not
They
the
could
point.
add more than one villain from some games.
It's
14 has
also
2.
The point.
Right, like this is not.
It's about how they made 4 Final Fantasies in the last 17 years.
That's what happens when you trap your best studio on making a 15-year-long remake project of a previous game.
Yeah, which is fucking wild, by the way. This whole trip has been crazy. Jack, what's the number at the end of the game Jack is from? I will wait for your answer.
Yeah, like, sorry, Dissidia is numbered entries.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, also, like, exactly, John Schwando points out, technically, that motherfucker's already in at least once.
Yeah, it also, I mean, they were probably making a Dissidia and canceled it. Like, as I keep saying, the second Stranger of Paradise DLC all but says Jack will be Chaos in the next Dissidia.
Mm-hmm.
Type 0 was an NT. You might notice the number 0.
So NT is
Also
weird.
also
and not what we're
NT,
talking
not
about.
real. Like, Ramza is also in that game, with a really weird design.
Do I really
Although
have to
everybody
pair
in
this
that
back
game
to the
looks
core
weird.
argument for people to stop being pedantic? There have been 4 numbered Final Fantasies in 17 years. There.
Yeah, no, that's all that's being
the
said.
point.
It's like, yeah, we could put it
Yeah,
in
that-
2B. It's like, you could put it in 2B. That's
We
true.
can also put in the kids from World of Final Fantasy. I don't know why we're
That's
fucking
it.
talking about this, but we could.
Hey, look, another thing that had a sequel they probably canceled that they should have just gone through with.
You know, I wish at least through the leaks I've seen, we had access to the knowledge that Dissidia was ever being worked on. Because not to get Blade Runner speech on you all about the fucking shit I've seen. Somehow I saw all of that and none of Dissidia. What the fuck?
Turns out Final Fantasy IX Remake is just the code word for the Dissidia project.
That'd be really funny. Man,
That would be wild.
I'm so curious what that is. Because it obviously isn't like some souped up version of the original. It has taken far too long for that. But you can't that's like one of the that is the second highest production value game on the PS1, I think. The first being Vagrant Story. So, like, you can't, if you do like some Trials of Mana or Romancing Saga 2-tier remake of that, that's gonna look like embarrassing. So what is it?
Yeah, I don't think people in love with the art style of Final Fantasy IX would be satisfied with the execution of a
Right, no,
Trials of Mana or
that would just come off as a pure downgrade.
Like I can like maybe wish casting, super wish casting, since we have evidence from something they announced this week that they're experimenting with, like, okay, let's do the diorama shit type style shit like Fantasian does. That they do that, like they just remake the game with higher fidelity character models and the backgrounds are like that.
Yeah, no, like I sometimes literally have dreams about seeing like a Lord of the Rings movie Minas Tirith scale model of Lindblom.
Yeah, and like if that kind of style is what it takes to start doing fixed camera angles again, sure, knock yourself out.
Right?
Yeah.
Going back a second, the director of Expedition 33 was 33 when he started working on that game, I think. Or might even be 33 when it came out. So, and that game is really popular and sold a lot of copies. It's
Wait,
almost like if you want to appeal to younger people, you need to have someone who is less than 60 working on your game, like working on the core parts of your game.
What? This is radical. Are you saying we should have new things?
Yeah, something else I thought of during that stream was like, man, when's the last time we had a new character designer in the Final Fantasy series?
Yeah, because you were bringing up like what was it?
Amano. Amano and Nomura are the only two basically for all of this in anything since. And Amano only did like, he didn't even design characters since 5 or 15 or so. Like I think that he did the titles and that's it. Yeah. And 16 has a designer, I believe, that worked on tactics and such. So also someone else not new to the franchise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like it needs an injection of fresh blood in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because here's the thing, and this is ultimately where my frustration comes down. Okay. If the idea of Final Fantasy is to reinvent itself and be fresh, maybe you should do that in a meaningful way. I don't think the direction of the franchise has been meaningfully fresh in any sense of the word. I do think 16 and 15 totally diverge, but they're even to the point where it's like, yeah, obviously the same fucking company made these. Like, you couldn't mistake it for anything else. And I don't need it to be that, but they keep acting like that's the core identity of Final Fantasy, that it's always cutting edge, super huge, and like fresh each time. And it's like,
Yeah, they should kill off that delusion. AAA games don't exist anymore unless Sony makes them. Like, sorry, everybody else needs to stop. Them and Rockstar. No, everybody else has to quit.
CD Projekt Red is rewriting Unreal Engine for Epic just to make their own. just to make their own AAA game again.
And them, I guess. If you haven't shipped a game in the last 5 years that got to 6-digit sales, you don't get to make AAA games.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, there's also the element of there's such a clear continuity from 7 to 7 remake, like 7, 8, 10, 13, 15, and then it starts doing 7 remake. Like they have the naming scheme, the elemental, like the vaguely nature themed naming scheme. They're very clear evolutions of the exact same combat all the way up and through until 7 remake. So yeah, like you need to do something different that isn't trying to be Devil May Witcher. You need to do something that isn't a transparent and pathetic attempt to pander to people who never liked Final Fantasy and bitched about it online.
Yeah, I don't know when they will get around to doing more Final Fantasy. I'm very interested for what they show. Because right now it seems like they're aware that they need to turn everything off with the company and try again. Because that's literally what leaked. They said, what was it again? It was like, if it's not Kingdom Hearts 4 or what's the other one that's known? Anyways,
Final Fantasy 7 Part 3.
Right. 7, whatever the third one's called. Which I had a friend. I have to call it now on their behalf. I had a friend, and they said the third one's going to be called Redemption. And I think they're right. I'm going to go with them on this. Remake, Rebirth, and Redemption. This is good.
It could be Reunion,
because it's going to.
They use that for Crisis Core, but they could still do Reunion.
Also, Rebirth is them saying Reunion 307 times, but
I mean, they do that in the original Final Fantasy VII.
I mean, it's true, but it wasn't voiced, and literally 700 people saying it all at once. But here's the thing: it's going to be called Redemption, and it's going to be told from Sephiroth's perspective.
It just don't have enough stuff for us.
We're cold opening on that.
I will be shocked if whatever next big Final Fantasy that isn't Remake 3 is not turn-based. Like if they do it again, like it has failed. The idea failed. While all around them, all these turn-based things are selling really, really well. Like if they do it again, there is no fucking hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think now's the opportunity for them to try turn-based again, because oh man, it's
the last time there was a turn-based Final Fantasy. Well, okay, I'll say what do they fucking call it? A command RPG, since you get these pedantic fucks who are like, ATB is not turn-based, and I'm like, I have you in the scope of a sniper rifle.
No, it's true. It's true.
Like, shut the fuck up.
They will do everything in their power.
Give them 2 minutes. Chat will be full of these people.
Right.
And they'll be lucky that I don't ban them.
Like you saw what happened when we just tried to say how many Final Fantasy numbered titles has released.
They're like, actually, it should be twice as many, and also we're adding the children from World of Final Fantasy. Yeah, no, now's a really good opportunity for them to try an ATB or turn-based system. It would be refreshing and interesting. Now, at the same time, I will let you know there is one choice, one chance, one opportunity for them to make an action RPG that I'm like, oh, this is great. This is great. And it's somehow if they make Grand Blue tier shit, because damn, that game was good.
Yeah, no,
but that's not easy.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, no.
You have to kind of like pilfer all the employees that are good at platinum in order to do that.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Like yes, I would prefer turn-based, but that's not the only point. It's like if you look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, in my opinion, that is the only thing that they've put out recently that has all the parts of an RPG I want in it, and that's the most expensive game they've ever made, unquestionably.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to be the most expensive game you've ever made, unquestioningly, it has to be turn-based. Like, if you have to make 40 action game bosses with their own movesets and hitboxes and phases and transition cutscenes and all these other interactions and every playable character has to have a total moveset, because if you can't play if I can't in any way control a character in an RPG, I don't really feel a connection to them. Like if there's no equipment I can manage, if I can't control them, if I have no power over them at all,
Wait a second.
it just breaks the connection a little bit.
Are you saying you didn't have a deep connection to Torgal?
Torgal is the closest thing to a second character that game has.
And not there for most of it.
I'm sorry, the closest thing to a third character, Sid, is there. Even though that's like his actor holding the character up on his back with sheer charisma. I know we beat on 16, and I really have been trying not to, but I really have to say, it will never fucking not floor me that they were like, everybody loves Final Fantasy 14. Let's get all the people who make Final Fantasy 14 great working on this and not let them do any of the things from Final Fantasy 14. Let's have them make a Final Fantasy that has none of the things people like Final Fantasy 14 for in it.
I mean, they did that thing where an NPC tells you to go to a place and you click on a thing.
Yeah. Wow.
That happens surprisingly little in Final Fantasy 14. Unless you do side quests, which why would you? They're all that.
Well, that's apparently what people really wanted.
That's what they wanted. Yeah, I don't want to hear people get upset about us talking about 16 because it's hyper relevant because we're talking about the future of Square Enix and we're talking about it because of Dissidia.
Which was like a celebration of Square Enix at the time.
Yeah.
Of their whole history and lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Unless think of how many years there were before Dissidia and after Dissidia, and what came on either side.
Right, yeah, that's
kind of.
Oh, I don't want to.
Technically,
think
13
about that.
even comes on the other side of the original Dissidia,
Right?
Because that's 09. Dissidia is 08.
Yeah, maybe if 13 had been 2010 or 2011, it would have been finished at all, even remotely.
I'm very excited to find out what the full contents of Final Fantasy 13 is at some point in time.
Well, have you ever been disappointed when you opened a chip bag? It's a lot like that.
Well, they here's the thing, Chris. You don't understand. They had to fill this RPG with this certain type of gas, otherwise it would get stale.
Yeah.
Here is the thing about 13, and when you play this, keep this in mind and go check. Mm-hmm. When you go check like the codex that tells you events, it includes shit that didn't happen.
It's true.
It describes scenes that never occurred, that were clearly meant to occur, and would explain things like the guy showing up out of nowhere and saying, "You inspired me," and then turning into a crystal man and you kill him. Who I think was in one previous cutscene before that.
I mean, there's a reason they didn't put a villain from 13 into Dissidia Duodecim. That game might have a pretty big problem.
Yeah. You don't say.
Yeah, there's like good stuff in 13. It's just like, wow, I really would have wanted to play the version of this game that doesn't exist.
See, yeah,
like,
remake 13.
I'd call it unquestionably less finished than 15.
Incredible. I need to go through both to know.
I still can't get behind that.
Okay,
I need to replay 13 again, but
here's kind of how it feels. Because 15 is like open world, they can use like a cookie cutter to chunk out one part, and that's like your part, and you're like, okay, that sort of has the shape of a thing. But with 13, they fed it through a shredder and just gave you like 20% of the shreds. So it feels like so much more unfinished, even if maybe it's technically not, like on a sheer numbers level.
Anyway, I'm very excited to discover more about the Final Fantasy franchise in its entirety, end to end, maybe on potential future death streams.
I promise if you do 8, I won't tell you anything. I won't say a word.
I mean, if we do 8, we're just going to do the bullshit card game method of getting insanely powerful.
That takes a long time and a lot of reloading.
It sounds like a great stream.
Yeah, the way 8's gonna be is either you're gonna come out of it hating it, or Dan's gonna be like, I can get so fucking strong. Nobody has a chance against me. Holy shit.
Chad, Dan's mental illness is making him like this game too much. I'm like, no, they're right. He is the most handsome guy on campus.
I forget if somebody clipped it when I did 8. Like Cypher jumps out and is like, I'll stop you. You won't get past me. And then I just have Irvine do his limit break once and just riddle him with gunfire, and that's it for him.
Anyways, I think that's it. However, we did decide way into the stream when I read a comment that was insane enough that it warranted it, that we're going to do a new thing on death streams if it's warranted. Lessons we learned from chat. Okay? I got 2 here. Apparently, Tina is a terrible name for a teen/adult. I don't see, because Tara's name is Tina. But I was like, Tara's a much better name. I can sort of relate to people who like Aerith or Eris versus the other, because if they change Tara back to Tina, I would just be pissed.
That was a weird thing on the Super Nintendo. Like, I guess there must have been like this period where American names were seen as like bizarre and different, because Mark's from Kirby in Japanese, I think his name is just Mark.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So they were like, no. Like, that's a little fancy in Japan, because whatever. We're just going to tweak this. Thank you. Ultros is a better name than Orthros, too. Correct. Ultros is a great name.
I think it's I actually didn't know that Tara's name was originally Tina, which makes it funny, because I always considered her the beginning of that Tara, Cloud, Squall, Tidus, Tide.
This ties into something.
Lightning, Noctis as in night.
Lightning's name is Claire.
Oh yeah, they do that. That is the thing. I just forget, because all the menus and everything are just like lightning.
Because it's eclair. Because it's French for lightning, I think.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. It's eclair. Eclair is French for lightning. I remember getting in some argument about this, because Aggro will know who this is. Sarah, instructor Sarah from Trails Through Cold Steel. Like in Japanese, her title is like the purple eclair, because she uses electricity, and in English they changed it to like plasma storm or something, and people were like, they've ruined it. And I'm like, guess what? No American equates eclairs to,
right?
Lightning. Like, you have to find a market that's less fat for that.
And likes the French. We're America. Frankly, French culture, not a big thing in American culture. You might remember freedom fries. You might remember all the jokes about French people. America's not the place to be like, you know what this word means in French, right?
It means a delicious treat.
Yes, it means a delicious treat. Yes. And the other resounding, by the way, so Tina is a terrible name for a teen/adult.
But I guess it's okay for a kid. I
guess it's okay, and then they become a teenager, and you're like, okay, you got to re-roll your name. This name fucking sucks now.
You're no longer tiny. I don't get it.
You're no longer tiny. It doesn't make any sense anymore. And the other lesson from chat that we learned during our Dissidia Duodecim Death stream was fuck Vaughn. I did not realize this many people hated Vaughn from 12.
I knew that he was not well liked, but I didn't expect this level of like venom.
I've never run into this in all my years.
He does feel like all of the parts of Tidus people hate are like turned up to 12. Get it, because it's Final Fantasy 12. But it does feel like where he's like this stupid fucking obstinate child, and the plot is happening around him, which is like part of the story in 10, and maybe not so much in 12. Maybe it's like, we need a character like that because we're insane.
Yeah, he doesn't seem as annoying as Tidus was a lot of times, but Tidus, like, he's a much more bigger part of the story, whereas Vaughn, feels like he's
Yeah.
tagging along on this adventure for no reason.
Yeah,
basically.
and isn't literally Vaughn's not the original main character of Final Fantasy
There
12?
are always rumors going around about that,
Okay.
but I believe they come out and denied it several times. But
Okay.
you never know if that's true.
Yeah,
I mean-
that sounds like one of those things that just got made up.
I mean, no one can tell me how
'Cause-
he ties into a larger thing that makes any sense, and so I would be willing to believe
Oh,
such
well,
a
I
thing.
can tell you that, Dan.
Oh, no. But
Vaughn is
Chris, no, please. Our Final Fantasy 12 death stream, I'm so interested in. Oh, no, if Chris says these words, I never have
no,
to
no,
do
not
it going.
story. Not it has nothing to do with the story.
I thought I had an out.
Vaughn is episode 1 Anakin.
He's not episode 1 Anakin?
Yeah, he's not angsty
Yeah.
yet, so I guess he kind of is. But he's like, if that
he's the
kid
annoying
was,
child.
was like 18 or something.
That's depressing. I don't like that.
I fucking lost my mind when somebody was trying to argue Final Fantasy 12 is nothing like Star Wars. I'm like, were you fucking mental?
Yeah, no, that was
What?
someone in our chat, and I was like, dude, I haven't played the game, but as someone who's seen Star Wars and the cutscenes from the game, god damn is it apparent. So chat just
Right?
flooded with,
Dude.
there's an ace pilot who has a friend that is from a rural forest civilization.
I played like 10 hours of that game, and like they do the fucking wipe transitions that Star
They
Wars
do.
does.
Yeah, you can just feel it, and that's not an insult. I like.
it's not
I
insult.
remember the first time I saw a trailer for it, I was like, damn, why is Chewbacca sexy in this game?
like, and again, I love this about Square. Square loves Star Wars more than any other gaming company. Go to Final Fantasy IV and listen to the theme of the Empire, the evil Empire in that game. You might notice some fucking similarities. Like, Kingdom Hearts came up with its own May the Force be with you.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Birth by Sleep was. It got an actor from Star Wars and basically did a prequel.
Also, Golbez is just Darth Vader is the most like
Yeah, this is.
transparently like come on
Down
now.
to the twist.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Down to becoming good at the end.
Uh-huh. They're not subtle about this.
No.
12 is the least subtle, though, because the cinematography matches up 100%. It's just like, Jesus Christ, the prequels, though. Really?
Yeah, that.
like, you know the prequels look like that because they're filmed on a green screen set and they need to edit it in the background.
God, that's something that drove me so crazy. It was like, what do you mean this is the same universe as Tactics? Why is it like the prequels? I never
Yeah,
thought
that
that would
is-
be that scientifically
I
advanced.
I think they walked that back in some capacity.
Oh, yeah? Did they?
Either that or it's like it's the other side of the planet. It's entirely different. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I always took it as like it's 100 years separated or something.
Right.
We need something to get away from it.
Yeah.
I think
Anyways.
Vagrant Story is also in that, which I still have not played. I really need to at some point.
Yeah, I've played the first few hours a few times. I like that game a good bit on the rental, but I had to take it back.
Anyways,
And now I have a Mister, so I can just play it.
Right?
we got to move past Dissidia.
We do.
In Final Fantasy. Imagine listening to the first 53 minutes of this and not giving a shit about Final Fantasy.
Sorry.
It's brutal. We got to talk about other things.
Imagine not giving a shit about Final Fantasy. What are you? Under, let me look at chart, 33?
Higher.
Yeah, it was like 38, I think. Like that was the average age of a Final Fantasy fan in that survey.
Right. And again, I can't blame them. They've been making terrible games for a long time now.
Which to be fair, I think the average age of Pokemon was 33.
That's interesting. That's a huge franchise.
It does feel like Nintendo is beginning, like I feel like even the price gouging, which of course we will get into later, is part of them going, our average audience is like a 35-year-old now. Raise it, raise it, raise it.
Chris, last week on Big Think Dimension, I brought up a man who converted his AC window unit to use geothermal cooling in order to cool off his house more efficiently. This same channel has served me another video that is specifically aimed at the soft parts of my brain. And in this video, he's like,
you know, you should get a medical lab centrifuge in order to do this. It's $200, but that's about the same price as many kitchen appliances. Because in this video, Chris, he takes herbs, does a 1-to-10 ratio with Everclear, blends it for 10 minutes, lets it sit for a day, and then he uses a medical-style blood centrifuge. You know, you stick it in the vial, you stick it in the machine, and you let it spin for 20 minutes in order to separate it out, in order to make this insanely fucking powerful herb spray that he just sprays on fucking pasta and pizza and shit. And it sounds really appealing. I'm kind of tempted. Because the fucking herbs taste awesome. But they go bad so fast. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
That is true.
So he's literally like, yeah, you do this, and then you can store this in the freezer for years, or you can keep it in your fridge, and it'll be perfectly fine and basically not change for the first 3 weeks. If your food is remotely warm, the mild amount of alcohol in this will just evaporate on contact. Because by the time you've done all of that, it is so clearly, like, distributed and all that. I'm really fucking tempted. Chris, should I buy a centrifuge for my kitchen?
No, probably not.
I should.
See, the videos that they serve me are like, that I get addicted to are, we bought every Hercules tool at Harbor Freight.
That sounds awesome.
We bought every Craftsman tool from Lowe's.
You can get a hand crank centrifuge for like $60-$80.
Would it be powerful enough?
No, probably not.
Would you be powerful enough?
Well, I do love being strong one moment. I've been working out.
He had the whole
Have you gotten ripped, gamer?
where he made his own centrifuge at home in his garage. Obviously have room to do that.
It's true. He has a whole other video after that one where he shows how you can build your own centrifuge.
I mean, if you really need to keep costs down, you can get a mason jar and a length of nylon rope, go out into the backyard for a couple hours.
Something tells me I will not accomplish the G's easily necessary to completely separate these things.
Just need a long enough rope.
My neighbors are like, why are you swinging that into my yard? What are you doing?
I'm infusing. Go back inside.
I mean, fusing. I don't interact with my neighbors. I can't imagine the first conversation we have is, go back inside, I'm infusing. That sounds...
I mean, honestly, that's probably the best reason you could have an interaction with your neighbors after obtaining a mason jar full of Everclear.
It's not illegal, Agro. You can just buy it at the store in a bottle.
Yeah, it just makes you look a certain way.
Like an alcoholic?
A little bit.
Dan, I don't know if you know this, but you're an American living in the South.
Uh-huh.
That would only endear you to them.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, no, so it's like a 30-minute video where he just goes into this and then teases the video he made after that sometime of the home-built centrifuge. It was funny, though, because watching this video, Spiff was making jokes about he just stole the centrifuge from his job. Because the dude is so obviously engineer-coded, like every aspect of it. Anyways, if you're interested in this video, it's called Spray This on Your Pizza, Trust Us, by the channel Tech Ingredients. I was very entertained, and now I'm sad because, you know, not using the centrifuge, the other option is use a coffee filter and a strainer, and then wait forever, and I'm like, it's going to waste so much, though. Somehow I have a hard time imagining the lawn Nazi being a big alcohol fan, says Spiff. It's true.
Oh, you're very wrong.
Oh yeah, you think the guy who obsessively mows his lawn every podcast day, big fan of drinking? He's gonna be my new drinking buddy.
Maybe not a sloppy, maybe not a there's a thing called a functioning alcoholic.
Well, Spiff, I guess I got to go next door and ask him if he wants to throw back a couple of cold ones with me, and we can figure this out.
Just root through his garbage. That'll tell you. Very normal.
Make sure to take the jar of liquor with you when you do it.
Maybe just a little bit of meth, just to really endear people to me. Anyway, that's enough of that. Bob,
Yeah.
you and I did not stream any other games since last big thing.
No.
We were kind of just recovering. We did, however, play a game together. Bob and I got
Allegedly.
into the 2XKO beta.
Yes.
2XKO, for people who don't know, I had to explain this to someone to explain what game I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fighting game they've been working on at that studio for 10 years. Rising Thunder Alpha came out in 2015.
Oh. Yeah.
2XKO is the it is a fighting game with League of Legends characters.
Mm-hmm.
It is free to play. It will not let me do any matches.
Yeah,
The moment it tries to match up with people on the internet, it shuts me down. Chat, I think my PC's doing the same thing it did to the Infinity Nikki anti-cheat to 2XKO. I think my PC has a soul, and it is trying to keep me from getting into a horrible, addicted, money-losing situation with a video game.
Somebody I know is like, I got a 2XKO code, and I've been trying to give this fucking thing away in my Discord servers, and nobody wants it.
We were sent 4 codes.
Huh.
We only needed 2, but ultimately we got 4. The game seems neat. I wish I could have played more.
Right.
Bob, did you play
I
more?
did play some more.
Yeah?
I actually got to play it on the internet.
What?
I know, crazy.
That was bullshit.
It's a tag team style game. I don't know if you. I guess you got to see that because you got to play
I did the
tutorials.
placement matches. Yeah, it's 2v2.
Mm-hmm. 2v2.
It has all of 8 characters or something.
know,
It's
right?
so small when you look at the roster.
It's
and you're
like,
like
they've been working on this for how long?
10 years.
Right.
At some point, it
10.
probably changed to be League of Legends instead of a new IP, which is really weird. And I don't think they should have done that. But
Yeah, they're so. That seems like such a small amount of characters for a tag team system.
10, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it's ludicrous. There's only you can make what I don't know, 20 different teams or something.
It's very limited feeling.
Yeah, no, it's not that exciting from that angle. It has a lobby system like ArcSys games where it's actually like a little 3D lobby where you go around with your avatar and go to arcades. But unlike those where you can just hit ranked match or something and it'll find you a match and you don't need to worry about using this lobby really, you just stand there. The lobby literally lights up an arcade for you to go to, and then you and the other person standing in the lobby have to run to it. So you actually need to interact with this lobby now, which I don't think is good. I feel like you probably just auto warp us to those or something. We don't need an extra step of how paying attention to the screen are you when you're playing a fighting game and waiting for a match to start. I don't know. It feels weird. Like the moves all feel a little bit slower to come out than I want them to, and I have to wonder if it's just like, oh, is the input like latency turned up so that the
Rollback netcode
works better?
Maybe.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel as good as like Street Fighter does these days. And that's the hardest thing about launching a fighting game now. You have to compete with ArcSys and Street Fighter. And you're doing something that I guess at least is standing out by being a tag team fighter, until Tokon comes out and beats your brains out.
Yeah, that's your League of Legends characters probably aren't going to have shit on Captain America.
No.
And one of these is being made by ArcSys and has the backing of Sony and Marvel.
Right.
I think there's going to be a little bit better content delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed neat. And I'm glad that you can, in fact, do the mode where it's like, disable the other guy and just make me stronger.
Oh, yeah, it does have that.
Which I always thought that was an integral part of me enjoying Skullgirls, was that I could select how many of the 3 characters I bring in.
Mm-hmm.
So at least it has that.
It also makes the choice that I think is neat that there's simplified controls and you're kind of forced to use them. Like there are no like quarter circle motions or anything like that. It's like you have 2 special attack buttons. You hit those with directions to do different special attacks. And a lot of games will be like, well, you have that system, and then if you want to do the good version of that attack, you hit in the input. And it's like, well, then why do you even bother with having the special button that makes it easier? I don't know. I feel like the way a lot of fighting games land of being a halfway to making it easier for people to pick up is weird. And I think it makes more sense to just be like, no, this gets you the move. There's no stipulation on, oh, well, it gets you a bad version of the move.
Mm-hmm.
And that's neat. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel quite as good as I thought it would. And maybe part of it stems from me not being the biggest fan of tag team fighters. Like, I think the only ones I actually like are Skullgirls and Marvel 2.
I like Marvel 3. So
yeah, whereas
I get one more.
Right, whereas I don't at all. And this does have some Marvel 3 stuff of like, oh, you do this, it does you have a launcher, and then that auto switches out to the other characters so they can continue a launcher combo.
That's also in Marvel 2. You just have to know the input.
Right, exactly. There's like a special thing, whereas this is all a uniform thing for every character.
It wasn't that too. I think it's down to forward and then your mids. Someone in chat who's actually good at Marvel 2, let me know. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know Marvel 2 well enough, whereas it was something super basic they saw it in 3 that I did not like. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the characters are neat, others kind of really plain. But I guess that's League of Legends characters that were designed many years ago. And what you get, kind of grab bag. It's like, yeah, this one's just Harley Quinn.
You say that like it's a bad thing. The internet disagrees with you on that.
Right. Which I'm not even saying Harley Quinn's a bad character. I don't like Jinx. It's just like they're kind of not that exciting this many years later. But I did not play that much of it. Maybe it'll grow on me.
Maybe. This is supposed to come out. She was a thing before the Warner Bros. Harley Quinn push, to be honest. That's not how... Okay. Yeah, that's not how character design works. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyways, I'm going to wait and see because it is supposed to come out on Xbox and PS5. So I'm going to wait and play it when it comes to those.
Yeah, maybe it'll feel better in some ways by then. Maybe they're going to add Teemo. Yeah. That's something.
They need to add a Mumu. And Tarek?
Yeah, I would like Tarek.
It feels like, when you get stuck in this is the super that the character's doing, but in modern like fighting games, it usually looks pretty good. Like you're caught up in a pretty cool looking move, even if it's taking maybe too long. You got caught up in some awful looking animations in this.
Yeah,
I mean, saw that girl with the punch gloves. I'm like, wow, that you sure didn't want to make that animation for each other character.
Yeah, and
like of them getting hit.
Even the ones that feature them getting hit part, they kind of look embarrassingly bad. It's like, you guys got animations down pretty well for the regular gameplay, but this was a step too far, I guess. Like supers that have cinematics, so it's like, no, don't do that.
I also feel like tag games very rarely have long supers. Like they're more just these things like the level 3s have these big long cinematics, but the others are just kind of shit you throw out, like Fighters or Marvel 3.
But that's all really gotta say about 2XKO. It's a terrible name, by the way.
Yeah, dog shit name.
It was like, what? Gee, why did you have to explain to someone what that was?
I mean, why did you make it a League branded thing and then not put that anywhere in it?
I don't know.
You could have literally named it like an 80s or 90s fighting game, just Legendary Fighters. Fighters of Legend. Put League or Legend anywhere in the name. Project L.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was before,
named.
and we didn't improve much from it.
Does it have the one button moves on cooldown stuff that Rising Thunder did?
They're not on cooldown.
Yeah, it's not the same now.
But they are one button moves.
The cooldown was an important part. I got so mad when FGC guys threw a fit over Grand Blue Fantasy versus like being like, well, if you do the input, you get a better version. I'm like, that defeats the fucking purpose, guys.
Yeah, which it doesn't have that, but yeah, it probably could use the cooldowns because I do get like a lot of matches have just been like, oh, he starts the match and then just mashes this one super over and over again. It's like, okay, why doesn't he just get the
like
the
Rising
entire
Thunder?
screen?
Like Rising Thunder, the cooldown shit worked so well that it taught people I don't know, like who didn't do fighting games at all, how to play them at a basic level. It's like you can't just spam these specials; you have to actually use them for your purpose.
Yeah, I feel like I liked Rising Thunder a lot more, which is sad because that was like a basically prototype level game from 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I got pretty high up in the rankings in that.
Also, it's pretty cool to have just a bunch of robot fighting. Like that was really neat, very interesting aesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Sadly, giant robots seem to be like sales poison unless your name is FromSoft.
Bob,
yeah,
did you play the actual important game of the week?
of course I did.
You played Skate?
I played Skate Dot.
Skate Dot. Big game, huge game, best game. What's your favorite spin dash?
I don't know. I like Slide.
You like Slide?
Yeah, because you can do it in air and it looks like he does a jump kick and then he just falls on his face and dies.
How much do you like being able to just fly, basically, in this game? Did you get far enough in the tutorials for it to teach you that?
No, I didn't do the
Yeah, you can
part.
jump off of a thing, and if you hold R2, up, and X, you will spread out your hands and just glide insanely in a way that makes no sense.
What?
This game is incredible.
Yeah, the movement system off the board, honestly, is way more interesting than any of the board stuff.
I'm enjoying the board stuff. I'm having a great time with this game, and then I'm just like, this mobility shit's insane, and I'm glad you got this through the publisher. Because I've seen so many people be like, this looks so stupid. Why do they do this? It's like, the only reason Skate is remembered in modern era is because of the videos of the game looking insane and broken. So, of course, you need to make the mobility shit the goofiest shit in the world.
One thing I appreciate extremely, whenever you bail, like fall over for any reason, you just lay there. You get to decide when to get back up.
You get a good long moment of, I barely fell. My pride is shattered. I don't ever want to get up. It's really good. I had a moment with this game though, Bob, that was really funny to me. So you have the R2 button, and that's how you do the frontward roll. I did something I've not been able to reproduce since. I was going up a ramp. I made my character do the frontward roll thing, which, Aggro, if you have not seen how the frontward rolling in this looks, I assure you it's if a human tried to do a spin dash.
Oh, yeah.
And I hit jump, and that motherfucker skyrocketed 12 stories into the air and came back down. I have not been able to reproduce this.
I got a more minor version where he went like up 2 stories when I did that. I couldn't even get that to reproduce. I don't know how you do it.
Incredible game. Fantastic game. I love this game. They want me to buy cosmetics.
Yes, they want you to buy loot boxes of cosmetics. And I guess just individual cosmetics too.
And you can also spend like time in the game to get other cosmetics and other boxes and stuff. I don't know. But I didn't even check out, like, if you have PlayStation Plus, you get a free pack. It's like, here's your Skate Dot pack. Your exclusive PlayStation Plus Skate Dot pack. Because I guess, it being a free-to-play game, you don't need PlayStation Plus.
I guess.
So that's why they needed that PlayStation Plus exclusive.
On the character creator, I thought it was so funny. They have a slider for chest.
Yes.
Which is just boobs. Even if you're a dude, it's just boobs, which is hilarious. It's like, you could have, like, I wanted to, like, there should have been a separate boob slider. So you could also have the pecs slider.
Oh.
Because I want to be, like, super muscular in a ridiculous way.
Well, it's kind of like being super muscular in a ridiculous way. I just found it funny that it was like back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just the ass. Like,
yeah, no, it's just increased the butt.
You could just say backside. Oh, well.
they also have no good hair options. They let you use whatever hairstyle you want from either or any gender, but all of them are
They're
bad.
all bad.
The best looking one I could find was the Anakin Skywalker one.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Like episode 3 or episode 2?
Episode 3.
Okay, because I'm like episode 2, like where he has the white trash rat tail that Jedi
I
students are
wish.
obligated to have.
I wish that'd be so funny.
I'm enjoying the game.
Jedi apprentice Kid Rock.
Oh, hell yeah. Finally. He could have been in that movie. Why didn't Lucas put him in?
He was too busy singing about underage girls in Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. He seemed pretty sneaky with that. They didn't catch him on Osmosis Jones. They're like, yeah, put him in the movie. He sings this song, animate it. We're not gonna think about any of the words he's saying. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect to enjoy this game as much as I have. I really enjoy the tricks. I really enjoy various ways of like what they expect from you, the player.
Yeah, no, they have a really good system of like, oh, you can just set where you want to respawn anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of little missions around it. It kind of reminded me of Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
But instead of like a crazy DJ commanding you around, it's a really soft-spoken AI who's got too many skater terms in their brain.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep saying become a ripper and you're ripping stuff, and I was like, I'm damaged because I've listened to far too much Siva Gunner. So
you weren't thinking like Death Stranding?
No,
Days Gone.
Days Gone. No, I was back there was Chip the Ripper.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's a really fun time. I don't know if I'll enjoy Skate 1 through 3. I'm using the new control scheme.
Oh, I didn't even. I went to the classic.
Oh.
I should try the new one, see how I like it.
Yeah,
because the classic, like, they make a new skate game after a decade plus, maybe decades. I'm not going to use your new control scheme. What are you talking about?
What?
I'm playing skate because it's skate and it's been gone for decades.
Bob, did you know that footy means footage?
I knew that, yeah.
You need to make sure you get some good skate footy.
Mm-hmm.
Get some grindy footy. She's going to remind you that stands for footage.
It's so funny that they at the beginning of the game, you're guided by the AI, and then she's replaced by a woman on Ambien for like a couple missions.
It's true. It's true. The funniest thing is, like, the AI was already almost effectively that.
Yes.
And then you literally went for that. Yeah, I really like that when you're not on your skateboard, you could just crawl up fucking buildings and shit.
Yeah, you basically have, like, Assassin's Creed-style magic climbing abilities.
Yeah, it's great. I think they did an awesome fucking job with this game. It's so strange, though, because it's Skate. I've never been a fan.
Right.
It's a fucking game as a service. Like, they have this giant open world and they have these loot boxes and they're going to keep updating with stuff. Like, you play this game and they're like, this isn't the final version of this game. It's in development. We're still working on this. This is like an early version. So I have every reason to hate it.
Right.
But I actually had a great time. Like, I want to go back and play some more. Fuck. The only thing that's missing is an actually good soundtrack. So I just need to pull up some Tony Hawk music.
Maybe the pro helps on this. The TAA is egregious.
The ghosting's pretty fucking bad. I've seen worse, but it's not good.
Yeah.
This is like Kingdom Hearts 3 on PS4 tier, where you just see 7 Soras cast against the ground, and it's like, yeah, that's not great. Because again, if a person, okay, so if it's in the distance and the terrain isn't moving, but the person is, there's no motion vector on the terrain, so it just sort of leaves a streak of the person moving darkened on the ground. So yeah, I don't know how it looks on the PS5 normal. He doesn't know how it looks on the PS5 Pro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was doing like, there's a part early on in the tutorials where they're like, climb up this thing that's like a bunch of bushes against a wall, and you climb little notches on it.
Yeah.
Every single time you'd go across that, like, you just see these gigantic streaks of your character everywhere across all the foliage.
Really?
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Huh. But yeah, no, I'm having a good time with Skate. I'll be able to. I'm going to try to play some more before next big thing. That way, I can get a little bit more time with it and get more of an opinion. Because I only got a few hours in, couple hours, maybe 3. Bob, what is your opinion on Skate? Did you have a fun time playing it?
Yeah, no, it seems good. I don't understand Woman on Ambien is your guide, but
Some skaters be on Ambien. I don't know what to tell you.
other than that, I was like, this is neat.
It's kind of nuts. They kind of landed it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect that because when they announced this was a games as a service, I was just fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't tried it on my PC because it's also on PC.
Watch your PC's gonna be like, no. You can't.
Shader compilation stutter. I'm like, motherfucker, there's no effects going off. What are you talking about?
Skater compilation stutter.
God damn it.
I was
should have known.
The same where it's an online game on your PC. It doesn't seem like it wants to
No,
run.
my PC does plenty of online games correctly. Like, perfectly fine. It's only the things with the really overbearing, like, 0 ring level, anti-cheat, overbearing, bad for your system, security compromising tier of things that have any issues. Because I played Helldivers just fine and Marvel Rivals just fine, except for that's a GPU crash.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just Infinity Nikki and fucking 2XKO for some reason, which really, again, I gotta say, thank you. That's probably for the best. Yeah, so I'm curious how that looks. I wonder if it supports DLSS or anything else like that.
I would just
or if you can hard set modes.
Right?
Yeah, I have to
It's
wonder.
still early access, but maybe that stuff's not in the air yet. But
Is it even using Unreal Engine 5? One would assume, because it's modern game, but
it's modern
I don't
game, but
remember.
it's EA, and I don't. They typically don't.
They typically don't.
Like, I can't think of a single EA game that does use Unreal. I guess Mass Effect does.
Did forever ago.
Right, but then the remasters did too.
Frostbite.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, Mortals of Avium was Unreal Engine, and that was EA.
I forgot that was Unreal, but that makes perfect sense with all the features that make it great.
I mean, it has nanite.
It has nanite.
They had to tell me it had nanite.
Wasn't that like an EA original, one of those?
It was, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't that mean that the studio was external?
Yeah, it does. So that would explain that. This using Frostbite makes perfect fucking sense, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing more. Bob, what else did you play?
The only other thing I played was Silksong. I don't know if we want to dive into that or let other people talk about stuff first.
Aggro, what have you been playing?
In addition to just chugging more of 100 Line Last Defense Academy, I got to play a little VR game called Escaping Wonderland.
Oh.
Which is it's the sequel. I mean, not really sequel. It's set in the same universe as Down the Rabbit Hole. It has an interesting perspective. I'm throwing you a couple images into Discord.
Good. Yes, I was Googling images, so this saves me time. Thank you.
Where you're sat in like the middle of a dark cylinder around which are inset rooms that you control the character through. And you have like roots you'll see in the image that sort of spring out of the wall that you grab and rotate this cylinder around yourself. And then let go and use the sticks and the buttons to move the character around.
Huh.
Then for certain puzzles and NPC interactions, you'll zoom into first person so you're now standing in that room and you can lean over and see down into infinity.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Grab this other. There we go. It was like $20 in the PlayStation Network. I think it ran me like 4 hours. It is a narrative puzzle adventure. So you get 3 guesses as to whether or not the plot is secretly about working through past trauma or not. Spoiler alert, you won't need all 3 guesses. But it does have some neat characters and like an interesting twist or two at the end. Although some, like a couple of the characters are unintentionally like straight up nightmare fuel. I ran into the White Rabbit.
Okay.
I'm going to throw you a picture of him. If you zoom in on his mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to beat this thing to death with a hammer.
that's so discomforting of a white rabbit. Go ahead though. If I
So you know how in rabbits they've got those two big teeth in the front? These, as you can see, aren't flat on top. They're angled. They're also not attached to anything. So if he opens his mouth wide enough, you can tell they're just floating in space at the front of his mouth.
Hey, Bob, you're missing the fucked up looking rabbit.
Why?
That's what he does. He looks like that and he looks at you. It's what he does.
Eventually I'll add a skin like that to Skate. Then it'll be a good game.
And then it'll be a great game. Yeah.
I never encountered anything that I would consider to be a challenging puzzle. You kind of walk through it, but it feels like it's really more solve these puzzles while you listen to the narration and see the cute environments and, you know, have the ride, the experience. And, you know, it was a fun little thing with a bunch of interesting mini games and a couple of hot dog statues at a state fair that were needlessly freaky looking.
Okay.
Oh, also, if you're designing an activity or a mini game in VR that requires me to bring my hands close together, please make the dead zone
Massive.
that I don't have to cross. Yeah, so I don't have to smash my controllers into each other.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, that's always complicated.
I entered a hot dog eating contest in this game. The mechanic of which was I had to grab a hot dog with one hand and a bun with the other, combine them into a single item, and then put that into my mouth. And by into my mouth, I mean I had to bring my controller up to my physical mouth, which meant ducking it under the headset so I don't punch myself in the face. I did not get the top score in this game because you had to do it, I mean, nearly perfectly. Any faster, and this game's questionable grab the object range would fuck you over, which was a lot of fun when reaching for the roots to rotate the cylinder around you, and you're like, oh, yes, it's right there, and you hit the button, and you have these tiny gumball-sized light balls for your hands, and you can have it overlapping the root, but it's not overlapping the root enough, and so no, we don't grab the root.
VR has some interesting problems when it does have problems.
It does.
Hey, you know, one complaint about Skate. It does that press the button and hold it to do a thing for way too many things.
Yeah, especially like replays. Like what I did was not cool. I don't need to hold a button to skip it, please.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to hold a button for 3 seconds to skip a replay of what I just did.
There was a single section where I needed an ID to get into the Queen of Hearts birthday. This is a whole Alice in Wonderland thing. So I got to put a piece of paper into a like a WordPress, and I had 2 lines with text, and I got to, you know, put the little type into the slots. I threw an image in Discord. It didn't tell me what the 2 lines were supposed to be. It just said put your name in there. So it gave me an extra slot, and of course, in this context, it's not going to check if I write a swear. Interestingly, that photo is, you know, the main character of the game, Sans wizard hat and beard. It put me in a photo booth and gave me props I could position, and then basically I was a VTuber for like 20 seconds.
Oh no, that's a slippery slope. Look out, Aggro.
Aggro, I'm looking at your Blue Sky. You just said your debut's next week.
Yes, I am now a fully fledged VTuber by streaming this one section of this one VR game.
Oh my god.
You will get the view from my left eye as I stare into a mirror in this set. Good luck watching this stream without vomiting.
Dr. Aggro, bad bitch. I'm sorry, it's killing me.
It's a good game. It's not a great game, but it's a good game.
Cool. Did you play anything else?
I did not.
Underline. Chris, did you play anything other than Skong?
No.
Should I trust you two to talk about Skong?
Yeah, I don't. Should we just put up the spoiler music? Because it's like
I feel like you two have talked about it,
right.
and so like the parts you probably want to talk about are definitively spoilers, probably.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I have beaten it.
Right,
Like
I
for
haven't
real
beaten
beaten it, not fake beaten it.
Yeah, I have not beaten it. So
Have
there's
you
nothing-
fake beaten it?
I fake beaten it.
Song spoilers, and hopefully Chris doesn't do anything you want to kill him for, Bob. Let me just make this text red so that way people see it upon entering the room. So that way nobody enters this chat and then goes, hey, wait a second. I didn't read that. I'm getting spoiled on a video game. That is the wrong text to turn red. Where were we? That one.
But yeah, I would honestly consider a lot of, because there's so much just joy of discovery in this game. That's most of the game. So talking about a lot of it is what I'd consider spoilers, even if it's not story related stuff. Because it is in a lot of ways like a Souls game in that regard.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to play the spoilers music. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut you two off at some point.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't feel like we should talk excessively about it.
I figure you probably have a few things to know, but
Right.
anyways, I'll be back.
So yeah, I think this game's really well designed and very interesting until I got to trying to progress past the first ending and could not figure out what to do.
Yeah, you do kind of you really do kind of need to get a guide for that, which
felt
sucks. I wish it was a little bit more organic.
Yeah, because I think that transition from Act 1 to Act 2 was very organic. There's multiple ways to do it, and that was really neat. Going past that,
Oh, there is? I didn't know that.
like I snuck in the back entrance to the cathedral.
Really? I didn't even know you could do that. Makes sense. There's a lot of crazy shit that people are finding in this game.
Yeah. But there were 2 whole zones I couldn't find, and those were necessary to continue onward after that. Which
Yeah, there's a little bit too much of you fool. This part of the ceiling is actually something you can jump through.
yeah, and at least a lot of that isn't isn't 100% necessary for progression through brand new areas. It's usually like for something secret that's small. But it doesn't mark your map well enough for like when you get a new ability and where to take it. Because there's not an obvious like, oh yeah, this denotes, oh, you couldn't go here before, but you can now.
Well, Bob, that's why they sell you so many different markers.
Right, but it's something I didn't even see when I went there originally, so I wouldn't have marked it when I did.
The doors that open with the music.
No, like the hooks. The doors open with the music actually do get marked. But
The hooks.
Yeah, the hooks are just like, yeah, I guess, like, I wasn't aware that would be a power or anything when I first saw it, so it didn't occur to me to go back and check many hours later. And those sort of things like fine in a regular Metroidvania. This is approximately 10 times as big as any, like, Igavania. Like, so cowering this world for what you're missing is maddening. And they even have stuff that you'd think would help alleviate this, like the quest boards and things like that, which new stuff would appear on there, and I was never 100% sure what triggered it, but I thought that was really neat. But yeah, I still liked it a lot so far. Like, I'm not quite done with it. I think I'm getting very close. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to call out specifically. Keeps introducing new good characters. most of the bosses felt pretty fair. Oh, there was one segment that reminded me of the true ending to Cave Story,
Okay.
where it was this insanely long platforming challenge. Not as hard, but still very, very hard. And then a bunch of ads, and then the boss fight. It's only one boss fight, but that was enough to be like, this is driving me crazy.
And it was driving you crazy because it didn't have 4 boss fights, right?
Obviously. And again, that was very much like Cave Story for the secret ending stuff, not for the original ending. So it technically passed that, so they're like willing to do whatever. But it's in a poison swamp, which is more demoralizing than anything. You
Poison in this game is the most demoralizing status effect in the history of video games.
Oh yeah.
I have never I have never felt like I slipped in a puddle, it's fucking over. I just need to put the barrel of the gun in my mouth. Here's how poison works in fucking Silk Song. You have it's like a magic meter. It's your silk meter. I think it has either 9 or 10 pips to start with, and you can upgrade it by finding, items. To heal, you can use special abilities that cost 4, or you can heal which costs whatever the max initially is. I never really counted all that closely. If you get poisoned, it will begin to slowly drain it. And if you heal, in order to cure poison, and you only get it does not regenerate passively. You get 1 every time you hit an enemy. So to cure poison, you have to heal. You don't get any healing from doing that heal.
No.
It just cures the poison. So you have to be insanely aggressive to have a chance of coming back from being poisoned. Now fight this boss where every move he does will poison you.
Yes. Oh, that's at the end of the gauntlet, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, surely
there's another one that does that too.
Oh,
there's
yes.
like a hidden room at the end of a hidden hallway in a secret area that has a charm or some shit that makes you immune to poison.
No, in fact, I'm pretty sure you have to beat him to unlock Act 3.
You can find that charm after you beat him, yeah. And it protects you from a few poisons. It's not like you're immune to poison. It's like, oh, there's like a random chance
We got rid of your peanut allergy. You can still die from an allergic reaction.
50. No, Dan. It's more like we got rid of your peanut allergy half the time. Mm-hmm. You don't know what half it is.
30% of the time, it works every time. Sort of thing.
Sex Panther?
Yes, it's a Sex Panther charm.
I don't like that.
Then to get it repaired, you need to go back to like your bonfire. It'll fix it so you can resist another poisoning.
Yeah, I became one of the sickos that needs the weird hyper difficult boss rush gauntlet DLC to come out already. Like now, please. I don't know how long it took it to come out in Hollow Knight, but these bosses are really good. They're by far my favorite part of the game, I think.
Yeah,
you just have such great movement options, and they're all designed so well, and they have this. It kind of sucks that you never want to use the charge hit ever.
Right, because the charge hit does not get you the silk back, which is what lets you heal.
Not just that. Every boss has an invisible stun counter, and when you hit them that many times, they fall down on their ass, and you can wail on them for a little bit, or use that opportunity to heal.
I'm pretty sure the charge hit still does a decent stack towards that, though.
I think it's literally a number. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Also, tools don't account to it at all.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, because there's enemies that are stuck on the ground because one of the tools is like a buzzsaw that runs along the ground and can hit multiple times. I've unloaded 10 of them into a boss and hit them like 40 times with it, and they did not fall down like in addition to hitting them with my sword, and they did not fall down any faster than when I was just hitting them with the sword.
Interesting.
Did you complete the delivery for that oil, Bob?
I did.
Okay, good. I was gonna give you the secret sauce on how to do that.
Yeah, the secret
which
sauce
is insane.
Oh, is the way I did it? I go to where the oil is. I walk back to where.
That is also what I did. Yeah, you kill every single thing on the way, and I still failed a couple times because if you run like you have this. The item has 5 bars of health, and then slowly deplete as it's a timer. If you get hit, a big chunk of the timer goes away. But if you run into a wall, a big chunk of the timer goes away.
Yeah. Like my second or third time trying this, I ran into the wall because they put sealed doors to where you're delivering it. So I run into this door, you hitting with the sword, but it's like a Metroid style door where it takes a second to open. So then I run into the door and the thing breaks. Literally in the room I need to deliver it to.
Oh, that's.
And I was like, I know exactly why you put this here.
Yeah, they are pretty evil in that way.
Okay.
I'm glad that we got a candidate for biggest jobber.
Oh.
I don't know if Bob agrees.
Man, so if anyone's curious why Chris is pulsing louder and quieter, I don't know how much of that is going to show up in the recording versus just our headphones. Windows audio mixing is fucking bizarre.
Of course.
But maybe...
Yeah, thanks, Windows Audio.
Maybe in the stream and podcast audio, it sounds fine.
Your rival character is kind of a joke.
I get a little bit.
She's the only boss that I beat both first try both times. Just like, sis, what are you doing?
It took me a few tries the second fight, but no, that first fight it was like, I think that the big ant bully was stronger than you.
The big ant bully.
The ant with the giant axe. He's like not even a real boss.
Yeah, he's the mini boss.
Right.
Yeah. He definitely killed me more than she did. God, there's so many great boss fights. The Clockwork Dancers are amazing. I fucking love that boss.
Yeah, it's really interesting with the way that they chart out where they're gonna go and need to learn it.
Yeah, the fake final boss is also really good.
I found her kind of funnily easy. That's why I was like,
she's not super difficult. It's really they do the one more phase, like the fake out death, so many times in this game that it ceased being effective immediately.
They do lean on it quite a bit.
So anytime a boss was a little too easy, I'm like, you have another form, right? And then they just get back up, and it's like, yes, you do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I don't think there's been a single time where it happened. I'm like, oh fuck! It's like, yeah, no shit, I walked over you. I'd be more upset if that was the end.
It would be funny if it was the end a few times, though.
Yeah, it would be.
You got into like oh, he's dead.
I really like the platforming too, although I don't think it ever gets quite as mean as original Hollow Knight. That had some shit. But again, my sense of difficulty might be all fucked up since between the two games I played every single Mega Man game ever made.
Yeah, I find the movement really fun, so I like the platforming, and the platforming is pretty difficult, but it doesn't feel like insurmountable. So I don't know. It's hard for me to judge. I didn't really like the movement of Hollow Knight 1 that much, so I obviously didn't like the platforming.
I need Team Cherry to make a linear game where all their focus is on like designing a level you go through once.
At the same time, like that'd be neat.
Followed by a boss.
But I think what this game excels at is the world design, how well these areas weave into each other.
It's true.
The joy of discovering stuff. So I don't know.
I kind of care about learning about the mysteries of this world more than any Souls game ever. Because as much as people say, well, obviously, you know, Miyazaki knows what all this shit they reference in the items is like, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I do kind of feel that about Team Cherry, though. Like, I do find the lore of the Hollow Knight and Silksong very interesting. Capcom, if you make a game where Zero is playable, he should play a lot like Hornet. Mega Man Zero already kind of controls like Silksong. Like, there's very similar ideas on how you retain your momentum.
Huh.
Like, I'm trying to imagine what part of Zero balloons out as he slowly glides down.
The hair. The
God,
ponytail.
that is such an awesome sprite. Hornet is great. A big part of why this game is better than Hollow Knight to me is that Hornet is so much a cooler design and also more interesting a character.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we've been talking about it for almost 14 minutes.
Okay, so maybe we just wrap it up.
Yeah, did you two want to wrap it
Yeah,
up
we
with a
can
couple last
we
things?
can maybe talk about it in greater detail at some point in the future.
What? Is
Yeah,
that a
some-
sort of thing we might do around this
Some kind of
place?
cast. I don't know. I guess it's like a
Shade
podcast.
cast.
No.
You casted
I-
shade on it.
I will just say, if Hollow Knight didn't set the world on fire, try this anyway. First of all, it's only $20.
Yeah,
It took
no,
me 45 hours to beat the game.
I didn't get into Hollow Knight at all, and this is definitely on my Game of the Year list. This is one of the best Metroidvanias I've played.
I was going like, okay, of course I'll play Silksong, I have to, but I don't expect to be like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
This got up there instantly. This is like when you win Best New Indie and Most Improved the next game.
Okay.
All right.
We'll wrap that. And Chris, is there anything else you played?
No.
Yeah, it turns out this game is like 50 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Bob and I are playing the original Katamari Damacy. We love Katamari and Nobi Nobi Boy as a part of our Katamari-thon. That is yet again one of the last things, one of the last rewards for the prior Donathon. And it is worth noting, I'm not sure if you all remembered the 21st day of September, but that is in fact GigaBoots anniversary, which means on Sunday, the 15th anniversary of GigaBoots.
That seems
occurs.
unreal.
Anything is possible on this hallowed eve. Many things could occur. You won't know unless you show up. So be sure to show up Sunday and of course Friday for some fucking Katamari. Chris, do you have any
Yeah, I'm going to
streaming
probably stream something on Saturday. I won't announce it yet, though, because I haven't
Okay.
entirely decided what it is.
plans? Okie doke. Worth noting, I'm not sure if you all knew this. Podlords.
Oh, fuck the pot!
Oh, fuck.
Words.
Hudlord's peeling out.
They're racing into the podcast as we speak. Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as BN12, Red Blaze 27, Suzu Shiro, Rado, WTF Spider-Man, Mr. I just turned 30 today. Hey, under 28-year-old listener, I'm your future, and it will come sooner than you think. Muck Bun, Shiny Mew,
Ooh.
Chris C, Cooper Tank. Didn't think one of the most hype announcements from the Nintendo Direct would be this fucker coming back, but first time for ever. They ran out of letters.
So over.
Indigo Sykes, 40 plus DuckTales appreciator Gaijin, Foul Cubchew. Shinji 16 has recently started playing Receiver 2, and it feels like this image.
Oh.
A raccoon in a bucket.
Aw.
Look at him.
It's cute.
Saraline. Even in Kinnikuman's alternate reality, where Hulk Hogan is resurrected by God to fight for justice, he's still kind of racist. The Hard M. Bearded Joe. I would like to issue an official apology to the White King. Maggot genocide was correct, and Farloom is a shithole.
The Hollow Nest is certainly less shitty than Farloom, so I guess I have to give it to him.
Pleochrome. Thanks for the career advice, Chris. Sandula Labs, appreciated my long-term nuclear hazard sign.
Come on.
Yes. Nuclear genionics.
Oh my god. This is horrible. My boy is back. Now more people will get to realize how cool the Red Joker and Black Ace armors are.
I'm so sorry. They will not.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening. I'm sorry.
Isn't that those two Pokemon?
yeah, you got it, Aggro.
Rate this dog. Bun plus dog plus scrambled eggs plus cheddar cheese plus fried onions plus bacon bits plus sriracha mayo.
I probably would leave off the eggs, but everything else is pretty solid.
No, like the eggs, like that sounds like a top 10 loadout to me.
I'm going to say this is good, but you got to
I'd
work
still
on this
eat
bun.
it.
This bun is the downside.
This seems solid.
This seems good. Charles Babbage.
I don't know why he's a giant robot.
Like, he's almost like a Gundam.
Different dimension. Demon Cursed King Siegfried. He's pretty cool.
Huh.
Oh, what luck. Cookout was still open when I was making this edit.
Jesus.
I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but this person's name on Patreon is still just a period, but I will have you know this is the Podlord that was the Rayman edited to be Jinkari.
Okay.
So,
Oh, sorry. Skate came out, so their official name is Dot.
oh, that's true. Their name's Dot. Sweet Tooth.
Oh. Why Hello Kitty?
Yeah, I'm also confused by this.
Because Sweet Tooth wears a mask, so
Oh.
Sweet Tooth must also wear a mask. And what better mask for Yi to wear? Yi Nine Tails, Nine Souls, than a Hello Kitty mask. It all makes sense. You just got to believe in the plan.
What?
Cryptid Bird, Mr. Goldo.
Jesus. No, that's dangerous.
That's an intense man to look at. Digital Basic. That's one way to deal with it. Labubu.
Powerful.
Can I sue? Torokasi and Nick Ritters. Thank you very much to our Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords. You can become a Podlord by going to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits, such as early access to chugging Bleach extremely early.
Yeah.
extended armchair devs and gamer premonitions when we do those shows. An entire movie called Isolation 119, a real full feature-length film about a man going to Thailand to get a tax write-off on his vacation in Thailand. A patron-funded show 1 a month, either a private show where we each bring a movie, you vote on the movie, and then we watch and discuss it, or a public show where we watch some hideous dog shit and patrons get a private commentary track. Delightful.
Yes.
That's patreon.com/GV podcast. And if you don't have any money, it always helps immensely to tell your friends, rate us on Thursdays, rate us with a T on your podcasting app of choice. Leave a comment, subscribe on YouTube. That way, even though it doesn't fucking matter because YouTube just fucking changes shit every day.
If you have access to the hype point system, be sure to hype it up, gamer.
Hype our videos.
Is this a real thing?
Yes.
This is a real thing.
This might be what killed
Jesus.
YouTube.
No, actually, I'm gonna get into that with news.
Oh,
But,
And
yeah.
and other things. Patreon.com/GP podcast.
What if I don't have any friends? Chris has covered that in the past. You need to pick up a new hobby, join some clubs, and make some new friends, so that way you can promote our shit to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or just just randomly scream about us in random subreddits until you get banned.
Either one's just as valid. Both are character growth. So we got some news. Let's go ahead and get it done, okay? Let's get into this and out of this. Let's see. Which is this? Yeah, okay. Industry burning down, go.
There's only one story this week.
Yay.
The people making Dispatch, that is the like the Telltale-esque game about superheroes. The main character is
Neil Patrick Harris? Question mark?
No, Jesse Pinkman, Aaron Paul, is that his name?
Yeah, Aaron Paul. Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we wrote all of The Wolf Among Us Season 2 and did a bunch of work on it. We don't know when that game's coming out or what's going on with it. They took it away from us.
Weird.
Like,
The game went
we
missing.
have no idea. It's been canceled because Telltale is cursed.
Yeah, they sure are.
Sadly, if a game is gone, if a game with a big company involved, indies are excluded from this. If a game's been gone for a long time and we haven't heard anything about it, it's canceled. Like, just assume that is the case for the foreseeable future.
And when they come out and tell you it wasn't, it was. They just started making something else.
And if the game then even if the game comes out, it might be a mass hysteria event like Dead Island 2.
That was listed as one of GigaBoots' longest streams. Wait a minute.
That was a terrible episode.
Anyways, and that's it. Actually, I'll let it finish the refrain real quick. Okay, there we go. Get out of here. Bye, Scram. See ya. Wow, refreshingly short. I appreciate when we could just dip a toe in and then not spend forever in pain. Hey, reviews for Borderlands 4 came out because Borderlands 4 came out on September 11th. Not sure if you remember, chat. So
Competition for the worst thing that ever happened on that date.
Everyone's finding out what Unreal Engine 5 doing an ambitious game looks like on PC. In a way that this is the biggest splash of this effect since fucking Monster Hunter Wilds hit people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder when these publishers are going to see it and be like, what we made the big fancy thing. Why is everyone shitting down our throats?
Yeah, that's literally what's happening. It feels like every time now people are like, dude, my PC's fine. It could run so many games exceedingly well. Why does your game run like shit and not even look that good?
No, you're wrong. Send me your PC specs.
Send me the specs, bro.
Like right now? Okay.
I can help you customize your experience.
Okay.
Randy Pitchford,
Frame gen.
being the most pathetic man who ever lived, has been like having meltdowns on Twitter constantly since that game came out.
Which I don't get. It's like the simplest thing to do is either just not say anything or just say,
Yeah.
we know there's a problem. We're working on it.
Definitely don't admit that there's a problem. Just pretend everything's fine and it might go away.
I know, it's like, that's crazy.
And if you actually are working on
absolutely
optimization, which I don't doubt, since every game releases 6 months before it should minimum, just shut up. But he can't. He's so, this arrogant dimwit thinks he is a master wordsmith, and by explaining it, everyone will come to his side, or at the very least, Borderlands fans will rush in to coddle him, even though every single Borderlands fan I've ever met is like, Borderlands is a fun game, Randy Pitchford should.
I don't know how many people have experience dealing with this one type of person. There's a type of person where, like, if they get in an argument, so there's a type of person when something doesn't go their way, they say the other person's being irrational, and when people don't agree with them, they're saying you just don't understand. They genuinely believe, they go about their entire lives believing the only reason someone wouldn't agree with them is that they don't know all the info. Randy is this person. He believes if you just understood what the game was doing, he can tell you with words a thing that'll make you understand. He's gonna do it. One of these hundreds of times he is posted on Blue Sky will be the time that everyone goes, we get it, Randy. You're right. We're not upset anymore. He believes this. It's kind of incredible. Performance on this is really rough. Seems like a lot of the performance issues are specifically shader compilation stutter. We're seeing gigantic spikes on that. Borderlands was never a supremely optimized game, but like Moore's Law and shit kept things racing along pretty fast, so that way it was never that huge of an issue. That didn't happen this time, bro. Moore's Law has been dead for a while, so yeah, no, it's not going to be able to smooth it over ever.
And I saw he clucked a little bit about. I think he clucked a little bit about how this was Borderlands' biggest launch on Steam ever, and I'm like, the last time you launched a game on Steam was Borderlands 2.
Yes,
because 3 was an epic jail.
It was.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was so long ago now.
So that matters for Diddley and Dick. Also, I bet the exact same thing that happens to Monster Hunter Wilds is going to happen to you, where everybody's like, "Oh, it runs like that. Never mind."
Yeah, I imagine. And then this drop off in sales is going to be really severe.
Yeah, because it's like
I'm
there's
willing
articles
to
everywhere
bet,
about this. Obviously,
I'm willing to bet sales of 2 and 3 go up. Because that's what happened with Wilds.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that in doing this, in doing what he's doing, he has only magnified the attention being put on the performance issues, and that if he had just not screamed a bunch, then fewer people would know.
But he had so many helpful workarounds for the experience on console getting worse the longer you played it.
Yeah, because it has fucking memory leaks is what everyone's saying. So, even restarting the game is necessary to keep it remotely stable.
The last time a game had this problem was Fallout 4.
I mean, a lot of games have this problem, but no, it's
a weird problem for a AAA game to have in 2025.
Absolutely.
This is the last Fallout 4 is the last time I heard that is like, well, that's what you have to do on like a console. And I don't even think it actually worked. I think that was just Gersman coping at how shitty it ran on PS4 and Xbox One.
I looked up footage of how this runs on the PS5 Pro, and from the footage, admittedly a selective amount of footage I saw, it seems like it runs okay. It has dropped frames though. It's not locked 60, but I don't know what sort of comparable PC you need to get it even that stable, because the PS5 consoles don't have to deal with shader compilation stutter.
But I see that, and I see the gameplay from the PC, and it's like, this game does not look like so wildly powerful, like so unachievable that it should be running like this.
That's how all these games that have run like dog shit have been.
Right. It's like, what are you doing?
I will say, I'm genuinely of a strong disagreement with that statement. I see a lot of people saying that, and I can understand if you're not extremely technically minded that is how it looks. Like, you can look at it and be like, to me, this seems too close to how 3 looked.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it run like shit? I look at it and I'm like, why did you put so much geometry detail in this fucking foliage, man? It's fucking Borderlands.
Yeah,
There's
no,
an insane amount of fucking detail here that no one ever asked for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, 3 looks great.
It's a bunch of technical detail that's like, it didn't actually make it look better. It makes it run worse.
But there's
Is
so
this
much more
Digital
detail.
Foundry's fault? Because they jerk off games that have a lot of detail like that? Like, did they poison the entire industry?
It's really complicated. I'm not going to say it's them. I think it's when you get people in a room to chase the highest end things. Like, our games sell because we spend the most money to make it look the most impressive.
Mhm.
And this has worked for 30 fucking years. And only in the last 10 did it go, okay, this is starting to not work anymore. Like, only in the last 5, I would say, this is starting to not work anymore. And there are a number of reasons for this. One, they thought somehow they could chase this insane high fidelity and then smooth it all over with TAA. Somehow they thought that would work, even though that makes no fucking sense. You just wasted an insane amount of compute power putting this much geometry on a thing. This nanite virtualized geometry, and then you smoothed it over every frame. In what world did you think this would work? That people would notice and they would appreciate it? Like, you need to imagine that in the world of computer game development, when it comes to graphics engineering and everything else, it's a bunch of people of a bunch of different disciplines all going, but it's okay, we'll make up for it in this way.
Uh-huh.
Like, it looks really good in a frictionless vacuum.
This still frame looks incredible.
It's awesome. We didn't move the camera and we let it stabilize across 7 frames. It looks stellar. But genuinely, they're all doing this. And so, like, what you've had is the graphics equivalent of sawdust just being cut into every ounce of the fucking image. The lighting's doing it. The geometry's doing it. The fucking textures and pixels being rendered are super doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fucking terrible by the time it comes out of the other end. And it's like, why did we do this? Why did we end up here? We have, like, the PS5 in many objective ways basically hit a level of raster performance that we never needed to exceed massively. I think the CPU end of it could even arguably be a bottleneck more often. Even though, even for that, many games run 60 just fine on the PS5. But then they invented shit to make it so that way none of this shit was good enough because we have all of the shit to cut all these corners. And then, oh no, all of a sudden this beautiful thing we sculpted with all this detail is just a sphere. We just put goo on the screen. It's fucking incredible. It felt like we were there. Nobody ever wanted anything that looked better than the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're literally having a conversation about how nobody can appreciate anything that looks better than Borderlands 3, a PS4 game.
It does really feel like there's this mass hysteria event where it's like people want better graphics. That means we need to make shit more detailed. It's like they can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you not do market tests where you take a normal human being and show them both?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
You should.
I mean, dude, like, I have my fucking vision. And from a moderate distance, this fucking 55-inch OLED does not present 4K detail. Why are you even, in a lot of cases, having an end resolution that is that even with the TAA and stuff? Why aren't you trying for a cleaner image at 1080p even?
Uh-huh.
It feels like every industry has fallen in this trap of we need infinite growth and it's stopping. If we spend even more money and make it even bigger and fancier, the money will turn back on. And it's like, no.
So the number one reason Randy's having a fucking shit fit, the number one reason this bugs him so much, is because Randy, the Gearbox has not made their own engine ever.
Yeah.
Like, they're just using Unreal Engine. Part of why they're using Unreal
Despite
Engine,
him telling people to make their own engine before they criticize him.
Uh-huh.
God.
Literally, the reason they use Unreal Engine is because it's a very artist-oriented engine. It allows them to make content. They can outsource it easily because you can outsource to thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of graphics artists world round who can make a thing in Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the engine is all serving the creator of the content, not the end image. It is not image quality oriented as an engine. It is shoving a fucking thing in the engine and getting it to render oriented. It is outsourced, broad scale, big scale game development oriented. You can look at this fucking engine and be like, at no level is this performance oriented, at no level is this image quality oriented. It is just to service the machine where you can outsource your game's art to 2,000 people spread across the entire globe. That's it. And so, Randy, who didn't make the engine and also doesn't make the NVIDIA GPUs, has no power over how his game runs. None. In his words, which you should be skeptical of, he says it's optimized. They did the best they can. So clearly this is the best it's ever going to run.
Sure.
Ever.
Sure.
Yeah.
That hasn't been proven wildly untrue every single time
Every
it's been said in the past 5 years.
fucking time.
This game is CPU locked. It can't run any better. You need to just accept that. 6 months later, we got like 10 or 15 more frames a second out of it somehow.
Yeah,
Fucking-
they fell behind the couch. We found them.
Fucking Hellblade 2 doubled its frame rate 11 months after launch or something.
Yeah.
And then
Like Starfield. Well, that's CPU locked. Oh, I guess they fixed a lot of it, huh? Oh, like Monster Hunter Wilds and Dragon's Dogma. They're still not good. They got better.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma got better. I don't know what the wild situation is. I have no idea. Yeah, it's fucking insane. So this is like the second time broadly, I would say your average PC gamer has come into contact with what AAA gaming looks like now, where it's like these giant engines that run like shit on everything.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this? Why is my PC running this like shit? And like Randy wants to tell them like, oh, the game looks incredible. It looks amazing. You need to use FrameGen. In fact, we recommend FrameGen 4X. If you have a 5000 series GPU, Randy actually said you need to be using FrameGen 4X.
Mm-hmm. What was it? I'm sorry you don't like being told to use DLSS, but that is the way.
The solution only even exists on the newest, most expensive cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right?
Like, first off, I don't even know if Borderlands 4 supports FSR 4. So I don't even know if you're on AMD that it has a good TAA solution.
Uh-huh.
I assume it does, but I don't know for certain.
Yeah, I feel like it would so directly call DLSS if they did. Like, maybe.
A lot of big games get optimization help from NVIDIA.
That's true.
And the way he's been talking about this, he's literally directed people on the Steam discussions and Steam reviews to NVIDIA's support because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely fucking wild when you take this view of, okay, so it's 2025. You made a game that optimally will look and run fine on a console that'll be out in 2 years. That'll be better than most people's $1,500 rigs for the next several years after that comes out. What are you making then? Like, you've already pushed things too far now. What the fuck
they're
are you
going to be
doing by
making
then?
something a lot less high fidelity because the industry will have collapsed by then.
I don't doubt that everyone's got at least one more quadruple A game in them that is the death knell of their companies.
I don't know. Well, yeah, it'll be the death. I don't think they'll come out.
Oh, we'll come out in some shape from a lot of these fuckers. We're going to get the world's saddest third Star Wars game. We're going to get the world's saddest Borderlands 5.
Yeah, I wonder if this will.
I don't think Borderlands 5 because it just came up. I do agree that Star Wars is probably fucked.
Mm-hmm. So they got the delays of losing their director. So
yeah,
who knows if that ever even comes out?
That's true.
But
yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind that like Capcom is looking at Wilds and looking at Dragon's Dogma and making some connections in their head.
Oh yeah.
I should hope so.
I mean, I have faith that Capcom probably has a head on their shoulders that can perceive what's happening performance-wise and what's happening with the game performance-wise, and maybe connect some dots. Pitchford is more representative of a lot of companies who are just using Unreal Engine 5.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Pitchford is maybe a little bit crashing out because he doesn't own Gearbox anymore. 2K does. So if Borderlands 4 doesn't do as good as their metrics, his ass could be thrown out. And he wouldn't be able to do dick about it.
Maybe at the end of the day, I mean, God knows he's making money if the game sells well, so he'd say anything that's going to remotely compromise that. So he doesn't want people talking about it not performing well.
And the way to do that is go talk to them and tell them it is performing well.
Randy, just stop talking. Everyone in the entire world hates you. I don't understand how you can't figure this out. Like, at least with Elon Musk, he has hordes of slavering fanboys who ride his dick. You have no one. How are you deluding yourself?
So, Borderlands Fun having another fun moment for the majority of gamers to get to play what is a modern game and how modern games are made and going, yo, is this poisoned?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited to play it in over a year when it might run okay.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably be less than half the price.
I'll just play it on a PS6. Like, why even play it on this? My PS5 Pro isn't strong enough for the mighty Borderlands 4. I should tweet at Pitchford. Yo, I bought this PS5 Pro. Why's your game run like shit on it? It's like one of the only games that runs like shit on it, and the other game that runs like shit looks really impressive in comparison. And then watch him have a meltdown. Sony didn't make it strong enough. That'd be fucking hilarious. Upgrade your console. Okay, Randy. Let's move on. Hey, Bob.
Oh, what's up?
I hear you might have news.
Only a little bit.
Okay.
They announced a few more characters for that Marvel Cosmic Invasion game, which is the 2D beat 'em up. We've seen it a few times. So they're adding in Black Panther and Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is some kind of space ghost. He may go coast to coast.
I am reading this Wikipedia article. I want this motherfucker never around ever.
Cosmic Ghost Rider's Punisher, isn't it?
It is an alternate Punisher who is Ghost Rider and also Silver Surfer.
I'm sorry, that sounds fucking awesome.
But his personality was inspired by Deadpool.
Oh, what? No, you fucked it up.
Yeah, his design doesn't really click with me the way Ghost Rider's does, so not really.
Yeah, they keep they keep trying to do alternate Ghost Riders, and like, guys, you can't do better than Ghost Rider. There's a reason he's on so many minivans.
It's true, they peaked with him.
So that's cool. Like Black Panther part. If nothing else.
They should add in that Ghost Rider that's like 4 guys in a World War II tank.
That's the thing.
That's the haunted tank from DC, I think, Aggro.
I'm pretty sure there was a Ghost Rider that did that.
Bob, let's move on.
Sure.
They'll figure it out.
Okay, yeah, that's a real thing, but they stole it from DC.
Oh, well, yeah. That's...
Playism did their showcase. It had some fun stuff. My favorite thing from it was Homura Hime, a 3D action game with anime girls that we've seen a few times before. It's coming out this winter.
Okay.
Looked pretty neat. I thought it was really funny. This whole Playism event was... It's lined up with Tokyo Game Shows, though. It was them announcing a bunch of stuff about Tokyo Game Shows. So we get an announcer who I think is like the person who did a bunch of the overly self-serious announcements and trailers for Inti Creates games.
Oh my God.
Who thinks he's really cool. So he's reading these lines. They're just general statements about what you can do at the event in the cool guy voice. So he's like, Homura Hime is available for play at the Playism booth. Players who try it out will receive the acrylic standee. I'm like, maybe settle down a little bit.
No, this is great. Also, your impersonation's stunning. I'm going to be honest. That was stunningly close. Bob, are you gonna go to Japan to get the acrylic standee?
I wish.
Chat, make it happen. Give us a few thousand.
Yeah, just throw it.
Just throw us a few $1,000s.
Yeah, it's easy, right? But yeah, that's that game looks cool. I suggest checking the trailer. I would honestly suggest checking out the entire Playism showcase because 13 minutes has a bunch of funny moments like that and some pretty neat looking indie games.
So it's better than the Acclaim Direct.
Absolutely.
Wow, we got a pecking order here.
No game in that looked as bad as every game in the Acclaim Direct.
It's true. God, the Acclaim Direct was like, you like popular game. We greenlit someone doing a knockoff. Please pay attention.
It's like, that's not how indie games works, man. Sorry.
It's not. It wasn't in the 90s. Chris, I hear you have some news.
Yes. Firstly, Yakuza Kiwami 3 leaked through like a website listing, and then something else confirmed it. I'm like jerking off the air right now. Like,
yeah,
like
why?
that
game's a PS3 game. It looks fine. It's already been ported to PS4. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's already been ported to PS4. They are. I'm pretty sure that port even removed like the elements that would be unacceptable to modern audiences, but maybe they didn't take them all out. Also, that's maybe the worst entry in the series that isn't some weird side game.
But you go to Okinawa.
That's the one where they. That's where they did. It feels like a filler arc, and also has a lot of filler in the game.
Cool.
So I'm so torn. Like, maybe I'll get it if the combat looks really cool. Like, it's still a new Dragon Engine game, and I like if it's up there with like Judgment, maybe, because they like this. They don't feel the need to have some fucked up gimmick like they did for Pirate Yakuza or that Kiryu spinoff one where he like has secret agent mode, which is fucking awful. So maybe, I don't know. They should change Chapter 9 from being the plot to back to being the ruse.
Or
no, they need to make that change. No, Dan, no.
There are other words
they could do it.
They could use.
They shouldn't.
Just saying.
But Dan should play this one without having played any of the other Kiryu games because the villains are basically the villains of Detective Conan.
Oh.
Well, that makes
also
sense.
That's the one the bartender in Infinite Wealth is from.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe they'll get David Hayter.
Oh, maybe
Maybe they'll get.
They might be able to get the guy who just voices because he only speaks English. Like, he speaks proper fluent English.
Oh.
So they might just be able to get him to do both, or they just use his track for both if they get the same guy.
Let's see.
Which this franchise really needs now that it's getting dubbed. They need to do the Tekken shit where you can set voices like individually. Because if like, what if I want Kiryu to be, dubbed, but I want Samoa Joe to be not Samoa Joe. Well, Samoa Joe in the Pirate Yakuza, but God, what's his name? It's completely blank. Danny Trejo. Like, I want Danny Trejo to be Danny Trejo.
It's a little ambitious for an RPG cast to be individually toggleable.
It doesn't have to be individual. Just be like original language.
Oh, okay.
Or like original actor language or some shit like that. You could do it. Like, if they're modeled on a guy, that it should be that guy's track. Also, Mega Man's in Sonic Cross Worlds. It's confirmed. It's on a thing inside the game. Knights is also in it because they're on the back.
Yep.
Which I don't know how I feel about a $70 game advertising its DLC prominently on the back. I get that you don't get to look at those in a store anymore, but still.
Yeah, no, that sucks. We're in a bad place with this stuff.
Capcom, you better fucking have a real Mega Man game somewhere soon. Like, nothing pisses me off more when these companies are like, well, yeah, we'll do collaborations and merchandise and get them into TV shows and all that, but we're not gonna make a game.
God. Yeah, no,
Like that's something I really associate with Japanese 7th gen Japanese companies. It's like, yeah, we'll do all this other shit. But we're not gonna make a game. Are you crazy? We have to make some dog shit that will appeal to the global market.
It's okay. Pragmata is a Mega Man game.
I think they confirmed it was not.
But of course
that's the
That's true. They could be lying. Yeah, it could be the Arkham Knight thing, which I will not recite for like the 18,000th time on this podcast network.
But people love when you recite that.
Damn.
God, you've done that. We still haven't done an Arkham month.
It's
messed up.
true.
It's so people don't want it. They want you to play dog shit like the Demon Pit 2.
Well, that's okay though, because the Demon Pit 2 does have Batman Dark Tomorrow, which is like its own deeply appealing Batman game. Might even be what we're playing Sunday. Who could say?
Oh no. Drake and the 99 Dragons wasn't on that list, was it?
No.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up just to be. Now I'm scared. I was pretty sure it wasn't, but now I don't know, and I'm scared, Bob. It's not right. Right, dude.
Man, I wish Sonic Cross Worlds were better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't $70.
That too.
Although I probably wouldn't buy it anyway. Like Mario Kart World made me think, I just don't like the racing games all that much. Certainly not enough to spend $70. I even kind of regret getting the $500 edition of the Switch too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I only did it because the alternative was paying $80 someday.
Yeah, there was an off chance.
So congratulations. Congratulations, Nintendo. Your fucking dog shit FOMO shit worked on me.
Yeah, I mean, in most every case in human history, getting the console with a Mario Kart was an easy sell. It's like, oh yeah, of course I'll want the Mario Kart. This is the only time I feel like people have been like, actually, I could have done without that. Huh.
Yeah, now seeing how they treat their other games, is like, you're going to want
$20 more.
Right, you're going to want me to pay you more.
Mm-hmm.
Like your $80 game wasn't done. When you did.
Oops. Oops. No, 99. Drake and the 99 is not on the Demon Pit 2. The Demon Pit 2 is Batman Dark Tomorrow, Dragon's Lair 3D, Return to the Lair, Left Alive, Murdered Soul Suspect, Never Dead, Nina Williams, Death by Degrees, Penny Arcade RPG 1, that's Otter's Pod on the Rain-Slick Precipice of Darkness, and Zombie U.
It's sad that Zombie U will be the worst of those.
It wasn't easy.
Right?
But it did it.
Oh, man. Let's see. Aggro. You have news.
The Crew. You remember The Crew?
I do.
Yeah, there's
Got
like a big
Thanos
campaign
snapped
about
by
things
Ubisoft in
Yes.
2023,
Because
setting
they couldn't
off.
stop killing video games.
Yeah, it was a game that got so deleted. We're trying to change the laws in Europe.
That's so sad. Ubisoft had to kill the game to appease death.
Oh my god, Eve Gamo trying to fuck a statue of death.
Jesus.
So it's back. You can play it again.
Awesome.
There is a mod called The Crew Unlimited. You can get it from thecrewunlimited.com, and basically you can now play it with private servers. You can play it offline.
Whoa.
I thought this was impossible.
The catch is you have to already have bought a copy of the game, because no one who made this mod would ever want you to engage in any sort of piracy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Although I will say, quoting from the project Discord, the truth is that as long as you manage to run the game files, we have absolutely no way to tell a legit copy from a non-legit one. So we just have to let you in.
Oh, well, that's, but
makes
people
sense.
are
Well,
going to find it
it's
easier to
fine.
buy the game because it's still available, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
wait, what's that
I mean-
delisted December 14th, 2 years ago?
I mean, Ubisoft can't have a problem with it. They're not selling it to you.
I mean, it's true. Also,
I mean,
again,
like that logically tracks, but
Also, if you can't own it, which I would say this definitively proves you didn't own it because it stopped working.
Right.
And if you owned it and it stopped working one day because they decided that would probably be illegal. It's not buying or stealing, as it turns out. That's not what that was. You were not buying that. You did not own that, so. Fuckers.
The Concierge, which is a surrealist horror puzzle game that came out yesterday on Steam. I'm probably the only one who remembers ever seeing a trailer for it because that kind of thing is the only thing that ever gets stored in my brain.
Is it the one with the ghost hotel?
Yeah, it's a creepy hotel with a bunch of weird multimedia.
Okay, it is not the game I'm thinking of.
Okay. Oh no, not that one. This is way more surreal looking. So it came out on Steam yesterday. It's like $12, but it's on sale for its launch through October 1st for like $9.74. The publisher is putting up a $500 bounty for the first person who, and I quote, solves a dastardly riddle hidden deep within the walls of the hotel. The Steam post makes no mention of what that is or where to find it. I assume you'll know it when you see it, and also solving it will tell you how to turn that shit in. So yeah, that's a neat thing that's happening.
So, Aggro, you have a typo in your news that has been boggling my mind this whole time, and I didn't realize you didn't type a period, and I spent way too long trying to figure out what this must have meant.
I too just read that and was like, so wait, is there some math where you win $500? That means you actually won $1,000.
I was very confused, but yes, this game's $12.99, currently on 25% off launch sale for $9.74 through October 1st. But if you forgot the period, it was $974, and I thought this was another layer of the mystery. I was like, damn, what the fuck? This publisher's
buy it.
Wild.
I am insanely curious what they did to prevent someone from just doing data mining and ripping it out. Like, it must have been something, it must be like a cipher or some shit you have to solve.
Yeah, it's got to be something you can't just, yeah, exactly, pick out. Like, you have to solve the puzzle.
No element of it can be stored as text. Is basically
has to be like
what the deal is.
a cryptanalyst or something.
Or also instead of forming any bespoke letters or any other elements of that, it's basically a confluence of shapes that you could read as letters in game.
Right, like it's something that requires information from disparate parts of the game that can't just be, control F'd out of the data.
Right. Or none of this is true, and we'll be talking next week about the guy who data hacked.
Right. It could just be some horseshit. Like, I saw the first 15 minutes of Willy Wonka, and I have a great marketing strategy.
That would be fucking funny.
Steam is officially ending support for 32-bit Windows 10 on January 1st, 2026.
We were still doing 32-bit Steam?
Yeah,
That's
it was the
wild.
only 32-bit OS still supported. It accounts for 0.01% of users, according to the Steam hardware survey.
Yeah, Windows has been 64-bit from at least 7. So this is wild. I didn't know that was still out there.
Yep. They are naturally still supporting Windows 10 64-bit because it's like 35% of their user base.
Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, 32-bit games will still run. Just to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, chat. You wanna guess shit you'd never dream that would be relevant to Big Think Dimension? I would say this is pretty relevant.
The U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform has requested the CEOs of Valve, Reddit, Twitch, and Discord make an appearance to discuss, and I quote, the radicalization of online forum users, including instances of open incitement to commit politically motivated acts. I'm now going to quote Chairman Comer of the committee. In the wake of this tragedy, he is referring to the Charlie Kirk murder, and amid other acts of politically motivated violence, Congress has a duty to oversee the online platforms that radicals have used to advance political violence. To prevent future radicalization and violence, the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit must appear before the Oversight Committee and explain what actions they will take to ensure their platforms are not exploited for nefarious purposes. Lightning round question. Who's not on that list?
I can't imagine. What a mystery.
Uh-huh.
Discord, I kind of understand. Twitch? Steam? Even Reddit kind of does
Video
a decent
games-
job of smashing that shit down.
Video games are two things. One, responsible for all violence ever. And two, the domain of disgusting degenerate perverts who are also guilty of every other sin.
Yeah, I'm like, the Steam, Valve just has the Steam forms per game, right? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, this
but
is the biggest
video
stretch.
games cause violence.
This is the biggest stretch humanly imaginable. As this select group
Yeah.
of people.
I don't.
What weird that Steam would be dragged in. One of the companies that were very open about what's going on with the banks and payment processors in regards to what content they can allow on the platform. But I'm certain there is a very distinct, overt, easily observable connection between political violence and a fucking game platform. Why are people bringing up Twitter? That just seems completely irrelevant.
I have no idea why you'd think the Nazi site should be included in this list.
There's never been an instance of hateful speech or speechful hate over on Twitter. It's never even happened once.
I see.
This is wild.
Yeah. No,
This is completely insane. So one moment, I believe the discussion was that they were trying to investigate this matter over at the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Is that the thing they do over there? They're investigators. They're detectives. They're getting, by bringing people into the House to talk to them, these CEOs, they're going to learn some details.
So here's how congressional committees work.
Mm-hmm.
They just do shit.
Yep.
end of the story.
Cool.
It is a format by which representatives get sound bites they can use to campaign on.
Cool.
Great.
Considering the current slate of politicians, I won't be expected if we get a House representative shitting their pants publicly like Kash Patel did the other day, or they just have a fucking mental break with a microphone in front of them. Because none of these people behind this shit are mentally stable at all, and you can already see them rattling apart at the seams because they're getting more pushback than they expected. Turns
wish
out
I
when
could
you're
be-
fucking stupid and surround yourself with people who think exactly like you, you don't actually know how much people oppose your shit.
I wish I could be as optimistic as you on how this will go. Who knows?
I also noticed Facebook's not on this list.
Facebook?
I
Do
know-
things happen on Facebook?
I've heard things have happened on Facebook.
Everything.
Well, look, it'll be fine. None of the companies we just talked about are in the process of a merger. Which if a company's in the process of a merger or looking to be in the process of a merger, they just roll over and show their belly immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out a lot of scales we were told were impartial can have fingers put on them.
Weird.
Strange. So anyways, yeah, okay, that's cool. I bet this will have no effect on anyone that is absolutely fucking terrible and insane in this nightmare dimension we currently inhabit. Fuck this shit. We're going back to last week's news. Hey, Bob.
Hey,
I heard there was a Nintendo Direct.
there was a Nintendo Direct. I think they subtitled it like the "Give Us More Money" direct or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it was a very light white text on a white background, but that was the subtitle. I'm pretty sure. This was fucking wild. I wish I could have been live for them announcing the $100 peripheral.
Yeah.
Let's go through it though. It was Mario's 40th anniversary. Correction.
Yes, technically.
It was Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary. Mario's older than that.
Yes.
Oops.
Obviously.
Super Mario Galaxy movie was announced. Chris Son from Illumination as Shade.
Like, it really bugged me. I watched it again to write these down. It's like, why do you shave his eyebrows off? Is that intimidating?
He made him aerodynamic. Maybe it is an intimidation thing. Maybe
Yeah,
it's like
he needed to go even further beyond.
Maybe he actually is in like doing animation work, and he needed to see like the way his face moves when in the mirror.
he's got the dots like he's mocapping. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is coming to Switch on October 2nd. They're $40 a piece.
Wrong.
False.
Yeah, that's
That is-
kind of crazy.
That is only $10 less than their original price an eternity ago.
Right? But you can get such a good deal if you buy them together. It's $70 as a combo.
That is still not even half the price they were an eternity ago.
I know.
And they did that because they know I might go, well, I already own Galaxy 1 because I got the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What if I only paid $40 fucking dollars for Galaxy 2? Absolute bastards. New storybook pages were added and now included in both games. There's a new amiibo for Mario and Luma and Rosalina and Luma, $40. And there's a physical storybook for $25.
That's neat.
I can't believe these. Every one of these amiibos is like, what do you mean it's $40? That's crazy.
So remember, like, I don't know how long ago it was at this point where Red Letter Media did the bit where Mike Staclasso was like, well, the way to save Star Wars is that its fans are rubes, so certain people should just be charged $100 to get a ticket to the movie. That feels like what Nintendo is now doing. It's like most of our fans are now like yuppies with too much money. Milk them.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is seeing people come out to bat and defend this sort of behavior. It's like, dude, what's wrong with you? The economy's crashing. And you're like, well, Nintendo, they probably deserve more money.
Well, my parents are rich, so I can't perceive the economy in any rational way at all.
Oh, that's healthy. Mario Tennis Fever is coming out February 12th. We're subtitling games Fever? I thought this was a 90s Japan exclusive thing. We're bringing it back in the 2020s. Damn. There are Fever rackets. We just went through a pandemic and you're telling me this racket's going to give me a fever? What the fuck are you thinking? Anyway, there's baby adventure mode. Because you became baby, you have to relearn tennis?
Yes. I guess that's how that works.
$70 comes out in February.
I think they had like the most playable characters in the Mario Tennis so far. That's neat.
We're very sorry about the last tennis game. This one has a bunch of shit in it.
You promise?
Until we sell you more for $20. This
Yeah,
is
I'm
incredible
literally-
amount of stuff.
I like the tennis games. I got the last tennis game and I got the last golf game. I'm not trusting this.
No.
It is $70. I'm not trusting this for $70.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to think that the sports games will be more thoroughly cooked than they were
Right.
on the Switch 1. Like, it even seems like they still have the exact same slot of, we have a hole in our lineup, push out a sports game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm literally going to wait until it comes out and then some just to see. Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park is out spring 2026.
Oh, wow. It has some tiny amount of additional content so they can charge you money for the Switch 2 version to get
charge
better
you
performance.
$80.
Uh-huh.
Bella Bell Park has a bunch of multiplayer minigames, and there's other new content. They're selling a physical talking flower like the Super Mario Wonder flower.
Yeah.
In spring.
Please only look at it directly head on.
It's fine. I put my talking flower in the corner of my room, and he has to stare into the corner. See, this is when I really think that thing Chris said is coming through, where it's just like $25 storybook, The Talking Flower.
Yeah, we don't even know how
where
much. We don't know how much this is even going to cost. This game could be $100.
it could be $100. We don't fucking know. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is out spring 2026. It's got
they're obviously going. Yeah, they're obviously going for like Yoshi's Island original, like evoking that. I wonder if it'll have anything like that, like idea of gameplay at all, or if it'll be some weird thing like the last couple.
Yeah, it looked like there's a bunch of like, oh yeah, this does this and interact with this kind of thing, and I'm like, oh, this is just going to be a pile of nightmarish puzzles, isn't it?
Maybe somebody will get mad at me for saying this, but I'm sorry. I am never paying $70 for a 2D platformer. That will simply never happen.
I'd do it for Metroid Dread 2. Just to be clear, my stance on this. Which 2D gameplay.
Right.
Because this is also not actually
exactly
2D.
Like,
but
yeah.
And I'd do it for like New Castlevania that's 2D style. Like, but yeah,
unless Mercury Steam.
Unless Mercury Steam, yes.
You two separate.
Well, see, I wouldn't because especially with Castlevania, because a normal company makes that will reduce its price and like swiftly.
That's
with
true.
Nintendo though, it's just fucking nothing, like never. Although we haven't seen yet. Once they start, I'm very curious to see if their pricing strat holds with these $70 games. Like, will they look at their sales and go, "Oh, that's lower than we expected. Drop it down to 60."
Yeah, like all of these amiibos
we can claim it's a sale
that launch at 30. They drop down to 20 within a few months. It used to be the amiibos would just sell out and you would never see them again.
I really like this comment in chat. Nintendo games not getting permanent price drops really makes me wonder if their shit will get kicked in with these high prices. $70 is Tears of the Kingdom value, not Yoshi.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
I'm also curious. Like I definitely think that a lot of these companies are going to learn that. I guess what, video games were broadly a medium for the masses, and you have made it via pricing, not that. So guess how much revenue you're going to lose? A lot.
Yeah, there's a different tone to a new Zelda game that's bigger than ever, and Mario Tennis.
It goes beyond that even. Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and so many people who play games and make games are like, I have literally never seen a fucking video game do this. Versus, hey, it's Yoshi.
Yeah, it's Yoshi.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, like, you would get people who have worked in the industry for 20 years, post a clip and just go, how?
And then with Yoshi, I'm like, he doesn't pay taxes. Why does he need extra money?
Exactly. Bob, what is Storm Lancers, which is out now?
It's a action platformer roguelike with co-op.
It's like you told me something.
Yeah, no, it might well have shown up the Acclaim Direct with that description, right?
No, because you didn't write the name of another game here and then follow that with the serial number filed off. Okay. Popucom is out holiday. It's a co-op 3D platformer, third-person shooter. It has Splatoon-like characters.
Yeah, it looked kind of cute. It's like only playable multiplayer.
Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream is out spring 2026. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is out January 22nd on the Switch 2. It's a $40 game key card game. $40? How modest.
I know, right?
Why are you charging $70?
Are you saying that this is cost you just as much to do as Bravely Default port?
Oof. The rest of the trilogy is also confirmed for the Switch 2 and Xbox Series. Hades 2.
One of these will sell more copies than the other.
Yeah, no way. Hades 2, September 25th digital, November 20th physical, supports 120 frames per second on the Switch 2 while docked $30.
Isn't it Switch 2 exclusive on console for a while?
Yeah,
Yep.
These are both.
It's
both
Switch 2 and PC.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm surprised it didn't expect to 120 hertz or 120 frames per second mode.
Yeah.
This.
No, the
That's
Switch 2 is
great.
pretty powerful. It's
Right?
great.
It's one of the only upsides of the Switch 2 is that it's pretty powerful. Kirby Air Riders Amiibos. Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee. It's got swappable vehicles. You can level up an AI character just like Smash Brothers. $50.
Yeah, $50 each. That's crazy.
Hey, chat, remember, that's what video games used to cost.
Now it's a toy. Now it's a little plastic thing.
Yeah, but you can swap them, so there's additional functionality.
Oh, yeah? One moment, the Skylanders guy has invaded the podcast.
Yeah, how much were the Skylanders that had vehicles?
I'm sure they were $50.
I want to say they were like 25.
What? Obviously, these things cost twice as much to make. Obviously. We're getting a Kirby's Air Riders Direct 2.
What is left?
I don't know. But
we gotta know what's in that volcano.
Jesus Christ. Zelda Age of Imprisonment. It's out November 6th. Actually, don't know anything about this. What is this?
This is the Warriors game, the next one of those.
Oh.
So they're in the Zonia devices, which are the weird things like the thing
Zona, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fire hydrant you can hold that shoots a laser.
Mm-hmm. Or water, or the fans, and you can use those as weapons in a Dynasty Warriors game.
And it's got game share. So 2 people with 2 Switch 2s, second person can get their own perspective. You only need to buy 1 copy. That's neat. That's a neat feature.
Neat.
That one feature makes me go, well, maybe I want this. Is it still 30 frames per second?
I don't know.
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is coming out February because fucking almost everything is. It's a $60 game key card. What? $60? But that's not 70, and this is the longest RPG ever goddamn made.
Well,
maybe not
reimagined it might not
anymore.
be.
They reimagined it being 2 digits of hours instead of 3.
They talked. I am not insane enough to be like, no, I will play the original, but I'm gonna try. I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna feel like some Super Nintendo ones where it's like, okay, the plot of this part of the game is you go to the cave to get the fuck crystal. What does that do? Nothing. It unlocks the next section of the game. And if it's that, I can just safely just stop playing it and then play this version. Because they said, yeah, there was a lot of shit that had nothing to do with the plot at all, and we took that out. Then we added some stuff that does have something to do with the plot.
The way they described the game in this trailer made me be like, oh, is that how you got to 100 hours? Because they talk about, oh, there's so much world beyond our island. I was like, are we stuck on the island for 20 hours in the original game?
Look,
I believe that the gimmick is like you keep unlocking different chunks of the world, and each of them are unbelievably massive.
Okay, that's better than I expected.
I think that was a fucking 4-disc game on PlayStation.
It doesn't even.
I think.
I need to. Doesn't it have like kind of bad looking pixel art? So it's not even like, oh yeah, I see how you filled this up. It's like, oh, there's just so much content.
Okay,
it's only a 2-disc game. But reminder, Final Fantasy VII, the entire game is on every disc. The reason it is 3 discs is the FMV cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
So chat confirmed it, and I looked it up just to be absolutely positive. That new Zelda Warriors game is 60 frames per second.
Okay,
so
that's
hey,
good.
That's maybe I'll
damn
get
well
it.
better be.
Maybe I'll get it. Yeah, fucking that price. Let's see. $60 game key card. Hope it's not a big game.
Yeah.
Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass out February 17th. You need to have the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass and either the Virtual Boy prop, which contains the Switch 2, and you wear it on your head.
Well, that one's the
Or
one that
put-
has the stand.
Put your head up to it because
Yeah.
it's a bipod.
Mm-hmm.
Or the cardboard goggles, which have little lenses in it, and it also just holds the Switch 2 inside, which you have to hold to
Fucking-
your face.
Yeah.
They're
First
so
one's $100,
stupid.
Second one's $25.
Why are Nintendo is like entirely on that gas now.
Mm-hmm.
Who has this much nostalgia for a failed console?
No one.
If I had an
Someone-
absurd amount of money, but
Someone with too much money who rides Nintendo's cock.
I don't understand why they didn't figure out some way to make the parallax more viewable on a screen. And
Emulators exist.
Right?
Like Virtual
Yeah,
Boy
there's-
emulators exist. Before I found out the part about needing this bullshit, I was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea. There's 1 or 2 good games there that people might want to check out, like the Wario Land."
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, no, give us $50 a year for this expansion pack subscription, and then $100 or $20 for this bullshit. Like, what is wrong with you?
I'm going to be honest, Chad. I was going to get it so that way we could do a stream with it. Then I realized you can't do video out while using it.
Yeah.
So even I have absolutely no value in this as someone who has a Virtual Boy and likes the Virtual Boy and would like a way to play it again because my Virtual Boy is damaged. Holy shit. They have made a product that is so specific and limited in its functionality. Good job. Good job. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake is out early 2026. It's the original game from 2003 for PS2 and Xbox. Is this on other things? Do we know?
I actually didn't check.
I will check real quick. Metroid Prime 4, Bob, talk.
It comes out December 4th. Oh my God. We have a date. There's a motorcycle now. A big open desert to
Yeah,
drive
we figured
it around.
out what the fucking thing was. Because
Yeah.
we spent this whole time being like, there has to be a thing with this game. This just looks like more Metroid Prime 3. Which is great if you love Metroid Prime 3, but it's confusing for me, someone who's wondering, how is this going to appeal to more people?
And also, how did it take this long?
Yeah. It's been really confusing, but now we know. There's a motherfucking motorcycle in it.
Yeah, that could be really cool. $70, please. Oh, but that's not all.
That's not all.
There's also amiibos.
Ooh.
Before the game even comes out, November 6th, you can get a regular Samus amiibo for $30, or Samus on the cool motorbike, which apparently is called Viola, for $40. And then after the game it's the same day as the game launches, December 4th,
You can get Silex.
you can get Psylocke.
Wow.
They even his amiibos and Jobber pose like screaming upward like someone who's about to explode. This guy is like a fake out Jobber villain, right?
Maybe,
There's
yeah. Like
probably something,
like, isn't he only in like Hunters, Metroid Prime Hunters?
I think that was the deal. I think that's where people got hyped up from him.
It's like,
But he's like doing Starscream before he gets shot to death.
Yeah, no, he looks like he's almost doing the Haze Man.
Yeah.
Of like he's got that sort of energy. His amiibo will be his last moments in the game immortalized as an amiibo. That's what it is.
That would be so
Like-
funny.
This is clearly why they did it.
like this feels like I'm sorry, Silex is a glup shitto. Like, I'm sorry. You're happy because they acknowledged your favorite glup shitto.
Yes. You're welcome.
But
thank
like
you.
the glup shitto factor is so terrible. It's like he's the antagonistic force of this game. It's like Samus should vaporize him by looking at him.
That may
Like
be what
Raven.
happens.
Yeah, hopefully, like you can buy that Raven Beat can kind of manhandle Samus.
Mhm.
Fucking look at him.
Yeah, he's wild.
But this dude,
I think Kyle Bosman had some interesting ideas on how to improve Silex on his most recent video. I think he had some good ideas here. Man, that is really soon. December.
Yeah.
You and me, we might have to get up to speed on what Metroid Prime is all about.
Right, because we played the first one. That was pretty cool.
And it was a great time. I had such a good time streaming through Metroid Prime 1. And I hear they have 2 more of those. And then other things like pinball and Federation Forces and Hunters. Weirdly enough, they actually do have, I saw someone stream Hunters with a mouse. So
Oh,
imagine.
I've heard about that,
And
yeah.
it looks so funny because the DS is not like texture filtered or anything else. So it just looks like somebody's playing a Quake game. Mm-hmm. Like somebody made a Quake mod. It's really interesting, really fascinating. Yes, that's right, Sarlene. Pinball. You're going to have to rank it among all the pinball games you play.
I hear it's good pinball.
I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. But we got to move on. Donkey Kong, you made the same typo, and I love it every time. Banatza! The Donkey Kong Banatza! DLC. They announced this. It's DK Island is in it, which was weird. This is one of the few times you've shown me a thing in a DLC, and I'm like, that so clearly was supposed to be in the core game.
Yeah,
it's
I
been
don't
like
see how
2 months. This was absolutely supposed to be in the
This
game.
feels weird.
I don't see how you can look at Odyssey that has the 64 castle as its post-game bonus level, and then look at this and be like, no, they made it after it was done. They got Pauline's voice actor back to do those new lines after she had done all the old ones. It was definitely like,
It's just
like fuck
crazy.
you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, go fuck yourselves.
This game
is
is
absolutely
$70.
one.
Right. So together, this is a $90 game.
Mm-hmm.
They added a thing that I thought was neat until I found out this was a paid-for DLC.
Yeah.
It's called Emerald Rush. It's a minigame for every stage. You basically path out the fastest run you can do to smash as much emeralds as you can in a certain time limit. It seemed fun.
Yeah.
That seems great. That DLC's out.
I'm not giving them $20.
Did
You're
anyone
crazy?
play? I don't think I've heard anyone talk about this.
I think I
don't know
saw.
if-
I think Semnol might have played it.
I mean, Sebmol sounds like this is his game of the year.
Right.
So he needs to know. I understand the undying curiosity for what the hell did they put in this?
it's
Maybe
It
who,
really
anything is possible on DK Island. There could be a room where they apologize for Banjo-Tooie. Even though Nintendo didn't make that, they own the rights to it.
yeah. I
Probably.
no, because
No, technically.
thing.
How the hell did they let them get
I don't
away with
know.
Banjo?
I have no idea how they let them get away with
Banjo's
that.
introduced in Diddy Kong Racing.
Right. But I guess it was part of the
The
Rare
deal.
IP. I mean,
Microsoft's big bucks deal.
obviously Microsoft thought they were getting a much better deal and getting Donkey Kong, but that didn't happen.
Nintendo's like, you fucking serious? Get out of my office.
Yeah, $20.
I don't know.
I can't. I paid $70 for your game. I am not giving you $20 for the DLC. Are you crazy?
Yeah, this feels awful. If it was
This feels.
if it was 10, it would feel bad, but maybe I would still get it. But 20 is like,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, they should have. Like, they couldn't. You couldn't. They needed it so fast. They needed the money to bilk you so quick. They couldn't
Right.
even wait and add a little bit more so it wasn't so transparently, we sliced this out of the game.
Yeah, imagine this came out like 3 months from now, December, Christmas vibes, and there was more to it, and it was $20. Is it something that's included with the NSO 50 subscription? I don't think this is included in the expansion pack. They put very little DLC in that.
I mean, and even if it was, like, again, this is something they transparently sliced out of the game.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but there is simply no way you can convince me otherwise when you look directly backwards at the previous game the same team did.
So, next they announced Pokemon Pokepia.
One more thing on Donkey
Sure,
Kong. They
yeah.
also had Diddy and Dixie are barely in that base game, but they're there.
On DK Island.
Yeah. And they're on DK Island, and they had literally one little thing they showed up for in the main game, which just felt weird and not done.
I'm seeing someone in chat say this Direct broke the spell of a lot of Nintendo fans on YouTube. Yeah, this is the worst vibes the Direct possibly has ever had.
Because it just reads like them. Like, okay, time to. We also have the brain disease of infinite growth. The Switch 2 has to make more money than the Switch 1. Something that is quite literally impossible.
This is the pay up Direct.
Yeah, I thought the last one had really bad vibes, but
We
this
found
is
a new
just,
bottom.
Right. This is like we doubled down on every bad part.
I expected it, and it really should be harder to not feel bad at all for not having bought the new Switch.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Bob about literally that. I didn't even tell Aggro. I was like, there's a timeline. There's a different world where the Switch 2 came out, and Aggro's really missing out. And I feel bad for him.
Mm-hmm. We ain't there.
No, that's not what I'm living here with the Switch 2. Chat, you know what the only game I'm looking forward to playing on my Switch 2 until Metroid Prime 4 comes out? Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition, which came out today, by the way. So I got it installed, and technically that's on everything. But now it's portable.
Right. So that's kind of like my I'll finally have going to play when Hades 2 comes out. I could play it on the PC right now, but it's coming on Switch too.
So, yeah. Pokemon Pokopia. It's 2026. You play as a Ditto,
Yeah, you feel a weird Ditto human. Like
And
they
you
turn
farm?
themselves into a person.
and it's kind of Minecrafty. You learn moves from other Pokemon to farm.
It looks neat. People are thinking that it might be something to do with the creators of Dragon Quest Builders 2, because I guess that Koei Tecmo is credited on that as well. In that a lot of this visually looks like that game, but I don't know if anyone's confirmed it yet, because you know how Nintendo is.
Didn't the director of Builders leave Square Enix? I think they did.
I think so.
Yeah, and this isn't Square.
Yeah,
This
Koei
is-
Tecmo.
Right. So
Right.
he could have
You could
ended
have.
up there.
Yeah,
or
so
at
like it
Nintendo.
could have been. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very possible.
This game is cute as fuck.
True.
Like, there have been rare moments in my life where I looked at at like a chore list game and gone, "Oh my god, why do I want this?"
We got to get aggro into these farming games. We got to do it. He's got to choose between the pointy dog or the round dog.
Pokemon Legends ZA. It's out October 16th. I was pretty excited. They showed off new Mega Evolutions for 6th Gen starters.
Boo.
Then they announced DLC.
Boo again.
They announced a $20 DLC. Or is it 30?
I don't know if they gave us a price.
Did they
even.
give us a price? They announced a DLC for a Pokemon game before the game is out.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you're just turning up the dial of $30.
$30?
They're turning
And
up
all
the
you have to
dial of make Dan hate Pokemon.
For only $30, you can have these dog shit looking Raichu.
Yeah. Great. That's all they had to.
I hate these things so much. They're so vile. Like, not only are they just ugly on their face, like they're just bad designs.
The Raichu ones or the 6th Gen starter ones?
The Raichu ones.
I-
I
Yeah,
fucking
this
love
is-
Raichu. I love
this
Raichu
is
so
another-
much, and they just stuck Pikachu bullshit on him.
Yeah, no, I couldn't even get upset at the designs because I was too caught up. And you're trying to sell me the DLC already? I don't even know what these things look like.
Yeah, and this isn't even like a season pass. Like, oh, it's going to be in the future. They said it would be soon after the game came out. So it's like, what? Did you cut something more out of this game? Is this Nintendo's new strat?
Yeah,
You're just
no,
going to slice a chunk out of the game and sell it back to me at an inflated price?
It's like we're back in 7th Gen again. It sucks real bad. Ugh. And other companies are like Nintendo was avoiding doing this sort of thing when everyone else was doing it. It was like buying a season pass up front. But not anymore. They just want the money.
Well, yeah, they have to make more money than the Switch too, like, or else even they are now feeling the crunch of their of leadership and investors going, okay, but make more money, make even more money than the Switch. It's like no company is ever going to make more money than they made from 2020 to 2022. Never. It is fucking impossible. Investors are pulling out of gaming because it is what is called a mature industry, meaning everyone who wants to get into gaming or conceivably will is.
Danganronpa 2x2.
This is fucking insane.
2026. Hey, Chris, would you like to describe what this is?
It is Danganronpa 2, and then an entirely new version of it, as in a completely new story that is the same size as the original game.
How does this happen?
I don't know. This is the weirdest version of a new Danganronpa that I think could ever be gotten. It is so strange.
We've now entered the multiverse of Danganronpa.
It's true. There will
No,
be
they don't
some-
have to. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be a multiverse. There's shit they can. It's complicated.
Oh.
Like, I'm terrified it's canon 100 line.
That'd be really
I'm
funny.
gonna have to fucking play it.
I if you like 100 line, I definitely think you'd like Danganronpa. At least 2 and 3. One is kind of like them figuring what the fuck to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am soulbound, so I will purchase and stream the new content. A couple months after it's out,
Cool.
so people will care. I learned painfully that when it is new, people don't care. I learned that when I did Rain Code, which I thought was old because it was out on the Switch first, and I realized, like, what, a third-party game on Switch? No, brah, nobody bought that.
They announced Dynasty Warriors Origins coming January 22nd to the Switch too. Finally, you can play it on the go.
Doesn't that run kind of bad on PS5 even?
By the time it launched, it ran fine.
Yeah,
It was
no,
weird.
it runs good. It runs
Oh,
good.
okay.
I wish I got
Okay.
it on my fucking PS5 instead of PC, but it runs stupidly good on my PC in comparison to a PS5 or a PS5 Pro, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this is actually only $60, even though it was $70 last year, or when it launched this
Whoa,
year. on
what a
PlayStation.
concept.
I know,
That
crazy.
a thing would be cheaper later
Mm-hmm.
than it was when it was fresh. But yeah, that DLC, that paid DLC that they were teasing a while ago is apparently going to come out at the same time, January 22nd. So that's cool.
Yeah, we still don't know what that is at all. They didn't even tease it, really. They're just like, it's going to be there.
It seems really premeditated, but also separate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not 2 months after release and then $20, and it's obviously a part of the game that should have been there. Also, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection is out March 13th.
Okay.
Right.
I hear those are good. Resident Evil 9 is out February 27th. I'm still so on the fence with this game.
I know,
I'm like,
right?
I want to know, but do I want to know for $70? Man. Fuck.
I think this is the first decently cut trailer, and it's just, I only say that because it feels like a full trailer, whereas the other one felt like it was cut into pieces weirdly. And this is like a complete version of that one they released a few months ago.
Weirdly enough, Resident Evil 7 and 8 Gold Editions are also coming out on the 27th of February.
I'm surprised it's the same day. It's like,
What's
guys,
with February? Why the same day? You couldn't make that come out 1 week earlier, 1 week later? And Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is out in 2026, set around some kind of Coliseum tournament called the Heroic Games, and it is related to Three Houses in some manner.
that second part really sucks. Like, why'd you do that?
But at least it looks. You were praising that it looked much different from. Three
Yeah, no, it
Houses.
looks like it's got new character designs that actually look good at all. The first time in the series since the 3DS stopped being a thing.
I looked at it. It looked like Fire Emblem, and I'm like, wow, cool. I still have not played a Fire Emblem game.
Maybe this will be the one to get in.
And maybe I don't know. Anyways, they had some game announcements that were good, but the vibes were just terrible because of them chopping shit and just trying to get so many people to buy expensive as fuck toys, amiibos, and then DLC. It feels terrible because of that.
I'm also really bummed that the new Fire Emblem is like a continuation of Three Houses. That also feels like very different from Nintendo, because while I'm sure people will rush to be like, they always do two in the same setting, to which I respond, one, they never do a totally different thing between them. Two, Three Houses was 6 years ago. It'll be 7 years ago when this comes out. That's a really long time to not get a new thing. Also, I hate the artist, but that's lesser in comparison to the wanting a new thing.
Yeah, as someone who didn't really experience Three Houses, it definitely every single time makes me go, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be coming into this missing some important context they think I have.
Right, and it's like, guys,
Probably not, but still.
But that's the way it makes me feel.
right, exactly.
Yeah. I also have a tiny bit of news to go in here at the end. Saw some really interesting post on Blue Sky that linked to an analytical article about the categorization of game scale. That was pretty informative via cross-comparing leaked information about budgets and staff sizes. And they submit an interesting 2 other words for categorization of games, because we're used to AA and AAA, right?
Right.
But then everyone wants to call everything beneath that indie.
Yeah.
So they're promoting the idea that maybe the scale right beneath that is called MIDI, where you have a reasonable size of development team. And then the bottom, and this is maybe what I don't agree with conceptually, vocally, phonetically, bottom is called K, K-E-I, like a K car in Japan. because it's that tiny micro car. Because the dev teams at this scale are like 1 to 10 people, a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to distinguish it from something like in the MIDI territory. So, call it Dojin. We're not calling a game made by a dude in Eastern Europe a Dojin game.
A Dojin game it's already a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're not doing that. But, you know, for some examples, you know, for what would be in the K category, it'd be like Undertale Geometry Dash. MIDI would be Outer Wilds. Claire Obscura ends up in AA, and then Red Dead Redemption 2 and similar things are in AAA. And they have some, like, really interesting data just from not only, like, genres and tags that are more common with each of these, but also revenue gained by these categories over the years, and various other interesting things. I think this article is, like, really good. And I really appreciate someone trying to take a stab at stop calling everything beneath this point a fucking indie game.
Yeah.
But it's really quite good. I like the lines on the chart where they're like, by the way, the revenue shoots up insanely for AAA because Rainbow Six Siege and GTA 5 are released on PC. Yeah, this is it's a ton of really interesting information over here. I wish it was an easier to say link. However, it is hushcrasher.substack.com/p/taxonomy-of-games. I'm sure if you just look up Hush Crasher and AAA games, you'll probably find it. Yeah, it was a really good article. Really, really interesting stuff. Lots of technical detail and things. And I'm very interested in whether or not any of this will stick in the language of describing video games. Worth reading the article regardless. Last bit of news, very tiniest last bit. I figured I should, because I watched a video from a person who basically recited really old Big Think Dimension industry burning down news as a video just this last week.
Mm-hmm.
In watching this video, he ends with, well, you know, unions aren't necessarily good. I figured I'd bring in a good story. So anyways, Microsoft's layoffs in early July have been somewhat stymied by the ZeniMax unions, protracting how long those people were on payroll because they have to sign off on certain things and etc.
Right.
So this was an immediate improvement caused by the fucking ZeniMax labor unions. These specific things were the layoffs right after Elder Scrolls Online Studios canceled their unannounced MMO. Yeah. So I don't want anyone even slightly when they talk about game devs having unions to be like, well, there are both sides. No, there aren't.
No, there's not.
Yeah,
Never.
Never.
There has never been a single time where the most corrupt union to ever exist has been more harmful than any big company is simply by their existence.
I know.
Yup.
Right?
Because it's like, oh, well, progress on this was really hard because it was held up by paying the people who made it.
This is the exact same dimwits who are like, well, we need some regulations, but some should be thrown out. They're just holding us back. You know, we can't test for lead in all your food.
Yeah, you're gonna slow down tuna production. Yeah, no, that's it made my blood boil watching that video. So I thought it would be really cool to just talk about this. An article on Aftermath went into this. And specifically, the quote was, we were able to extend out laid-off workers' impacted period because their timers didn't even start until we signed the memorandum of understanding about the layoff specifically. And they talk about even their 60 days of continued employment and pending termination notices didn't happen until after that ink was signed. It's
the only way workers can support their rights at all.
I mean, yeah, without a union, you basically have no rights. The U.S. government and governments all around the world basically abandoning you entirely. Now, I know there are a lot more protections overseas for workers.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't exist in the U.S. The government does not have your fucking back. In this specific case is what we're talking about now, but you might find broadly. Anyways, wanted to talk about that because that actually feels good. That is a nice story about how these unions instantly are having a positive effect. Because fuck off. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Big Think to Mention. Reminder, Bob and I tomorrow are playing a shitload of Katamari. It's going to be good. And Nobi Nobi Boy. On Sunday, we may be solving some capers as some sort of detective, and we're going to try a ritual of some sort.
Possibly the best detective I've heard. Greatest, even.
I watched The Batman. I'm going to say he's a pretty shit detective in that.
Maybe not in that version.
Chris, you said you don't have streams coming up. Is that right?
No, I do. I'm going to try and do something on Saturday. I just haven't decided what yet.
Okay. Aggro?
I'm going to count grass.
Okay. We've really got to get this guy into farming games. I'm telling you.
I mean, I ain't going to water that shit.
I mean, you can also choose to not do that for the grass in your farming game. Most of them. They'll survive. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. My brain is boiling with the thoughts of an Unreal Engine 5 nanite-powered farming game that runs like shit.
It's coming, I'm sure. Someone will make that mistake.
Someone's going to do that.
I need the Hire This Man trailer of that.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Big Think Dimension. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. Big Think Dimension is possible because of you and your support over at patreon.com/gbpodcast, where you can fund us saying things that, frankly, none of the fucking mainstream game coverage is going to talk about. The shit we're talking about, increasingly more so in the environment coming up. Support independent journalism. That's patreon.com/gbpodcast. We're like journalists. We say words too.